Today's episode of the Nateland Podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp, Pesty, BetterHelp, Pesty, Game Time, and Rocket Money. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland Podcast. I'm neighbor Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
And sitting in today, your least favorite, we did a vote, and it's the person you don't want on.
Man.
We still force him on.
Yeah.
Your boy, Greg Warren.
All right.
Hi, guys.
DumpGreg. Hashtag DumpGreg.
Yeah, he got Dump Dustin. We're trying to get. There's no DumpGreg guy, though. I mean, everybody likes Greg, so there is no. That's the thing. Even Dump Dusty guy who likes to dump people is like, come on, dude, Greg's the man.
I know.
He wants to dump Dusty to get Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people feel.
He's got poor judgment.
Yeah.
There'll be a Dump Greg guy now. It'll be one of my friends.
It's going to be someone that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should say last time we mentioned Greg on the podcast, we were like, it's crazy he hasn't done the Grand Ole Opry. And now, in a couple weeks.
These guys got some juice, man.
Oh, you're on the Grand Ole?
I got an email like 2 days later.
Oh, man. Yeah. Is that crazy because you grew up listening to that radio station? Are you blown away by it?
Yeah. Well, me and Junior Sample came up together, and I always felt like his career took off where mine, just never.
Let's sell it out. Let's sell it out for you.
Yeah, man.
Who's on the show with you?
When are you doing it?
2 weeks.
Okay. Wednesday, September 4th.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who you got.
And the way they book these shows is this will fill up in the next week or so. But yeah, Greg's on here, man. It's awesome, dude.
With Chase Matthew and then Justin Moore. Greg Warren.
Big time.
Yeah.
Simple name night.
Yeah.
I'm flying my dad and his wife in for the show, man.
Oh, man,
real
that's
excited
awesome.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want to come to a whole lot of shows
And that was
on
the
the road,
one.
but he was all about that one. Yeah.
Feel free to talk in your microphone.
Oh,
And
I've never done this before.
it's
They're not going to have these at the Opry, are they?
No. Yeah.
All acoustics in there.
Okay, good.
Right. You ever seen an interview with someone? They don't.
Oh, yeah.
You can they don't understand it. They're like, "What's that?" And you're like, I don't know if this person gets it.
Aaron's old podcast that he did, he interviewed Brad Sativa, and I thought he had the microphone in the other room half the time.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I was enjoying it, and I was like, Brad, pick it up. I couldn't see him, but it would get so far away.
Well, Greg, isn't this your first time in here?
Yeah, this is
it's harder.
amazing.
So it's harder now because we're beside you. You're not used to this. You're used to where we'd be straight on.
Yeah, I'm also, I don't know why you put me in the middle. I feel a lot of pressure almost on this deal.
No, it's where we can cut the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
The way
Yeah.
the cameras are, there's gonna be a line in between you and us.
Is there a chance that I'm not even on this
Oh,
podcast?
huge. Because, I mean, that's the main reason.
Okay.
We're doing it just
Yeah.
for spacing on the cameras. We go, what if you had like a Greg Warren body?
Yeah.
And they go, I think we could get.
Just get
I
him.
think we could actually get Greg Warren. That's what they go. No, we just need a body
I'm
like Greg.
cheaper
I go, Greg. Yeah.
Cheaper than renting a dummy.
Yes. It was
Yeah, mannequins are
Yeah.
tough to
Oh,
get.
yeah, man.
Yeah. We weren't having to have to go through so much. So welcome. We're glad to have you, Greg, and everybody listening at home. We're pumped. Quick thing about the Nateland entertainment aspect of I think we're doing some great things with Nateland Entertainment. The idea of it is to make Nateland good, clean, funny. This is all kind of new that we're starting this. But Nateland Entertainment, we have the showcase. So we started taping the showcases again. You might have seen it. Last week we had Michael Palisak. His came out. Great, super funny. We shot them all here. This week we have Mia Jackson.
All right.
Mia Jackson.
Both great people. I've
Great,
opened
both funny.
for both of them back in the day.
Yeah.
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 Very funny.
They're both hilarious.
Yeah, I hosted that showcase. It was so great. All the comics did really well. So the sets came out really well. So go watch them. They're like short, 10-minute, easily digestible.
Mm-hmm.
Go in and these are some of the best comics in the country that are coming here to do this. So
Yeah.
it's really cool that we got all of them.
Yeah, it's Social is Nateland Entertainment. So you can see all this. I think it's Nateland Entertainment. You can figure that out. Also, not a very good company. When we're like, we rely on you guys to tell us what it is. But it's the stuff you see with this podcast. But I think we're really trying to build out something, and this showcase is a big part of it, and all that. So go watch it. Follow these guys, all these comics. Michael Palisek was last week. Stuff is still up. Then Mia Jackson just came out this week. Well, you did a show with her.
Mia and I were on a BET show. Yeah, it was called Coming to the Stage.
Yeah,
and it was like a contest.
Yeah,
like almost like Last Comic Standing, but on BET.
Did you do every channel's Last Comic Standing?
Yeah. I think I did.
I thought of that joke when you talked up. So here's the backstory with that joke. I was going to say it earlier because we were talking about this, and then I was like, well, I'll save it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, now I got to get him to say the exact same thing.
So you didn't really care whether I did a show with me. You were just trying to get me to,
Mia, I don't think Mia cares.
Yeah.
But
if you'd have just given me the lines, I'd have read them.
If you read the top of your paper there. I mean, I was pretty excited about it.
Who won that contest?
Joe Recca.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely funny guy. I made the finals. I think I was in the top 4 or 5. Yeah, and then Lil Duval was in the.
He's probably the guy that he probably popped the biggest out of that.
Yeah, he's popped.
Yeah.
He's big. Yeah.
He's big. And then a guy named Spank Horton, who's guys don't know Spank. Spank's one of Kevin Hart's guys, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Philly guy. And then it was, and Bruce was the host.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. There was a lot of different celebrity judges, and Paul Mooney was one of the judges at the time, and everybody was telling me, Paul Mooney hates white people, man. This is that's his whole act, is he hates white people. Yeah. And so I had to go up in front of him, and I was like terrified. And he goes, you white. He goes, but I like my white people white, so you okay. I was like, that's as good as it gets right there.
Oh, he liked that you weren't trying to be something that
and I wasn't. But then I listened, like, this was 2004 or something, so I was a little bit less experienced, and I watched some of it. And there is a certain affectation in my voice. I'm like, oh God, what are you doing?
You're like one of these politicians. Here goes Greg.
Like,
now he's in Alaska's Last Comic Standing. He's like, oh boy. He goes, you're like, oh man, Greg can't. That's all he does.
Does Alaska have a Last Comic Standing?
They have their own.
Okay,
version.
I can get in on that. Yeah.
Not a lot of people in it.
And I did the regular Last Comic Standing with Palisade.
That was that's funny about that was that's the whole point. It's like I like the idea of, like, as comics, we're all like, we've all tried everybody's Last Comic.
Oh yeah.
Like if anybody's like, hey, we're trying to do that, you're like, yeah, you can get us. We would do. I never made it to any of them, but I wasn't sad.
Did you try out?
Yeah, I tried out, and I
really.
It's the one thing. Yes, Greg. He loves it. I feel like you're the reason I didn't make it. He probably said, "Don't take him."
Not him, man.
Not him, man.
This guy's going nowhere fast.
Yeah. It was the thing that I didn't get that hurt me the most.
Really?
It was in New York because I was clean. I might have talked about this before. I don't know, but it's like Letterman was a tough one for me.
Yeah.
And Last Comic Standing, because I was clean. I was like, I'm doing everything you're asking us to do. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I never got through. And I was like, I couldn't understand it because I was like, I'm the only one that's even built for not you're built for it. Everybody's built for it.
Who won the year you were trying to get in?
Might have been Liza Schlesinger. But then Amy Schumer, I tried to get in a few. I went every year. So I waited in line in Chicago when I first started. I wasn't upset about all the ones leading up. I waited in line in front of Caroline's. I spent the night on the sidewalk, and I did all this stuff. I was out there at 4 a.m. It's freezing and all this stuff. I did all of that, but by the time I got to, because like a lot of these shows, people don't have to wait. There's people that are waiting in line, and then you get to a point where you're slotted.
Yeah.
So you kind of get past the waiting in line. So then I got slotted for one at Caroline's, and then it was at Gotham. Was like, all right, I was getting slotted, and I was going to be looked at by the judges. So I was at least making it to that level, and they just said no on it, and I mean that one, because it was like everything was leading up to like, all right, now. Aaron likes it too.
It's just funny that you do a set and they just go, no.
I don't see it.
I think I
Pretty
remember
much
some of
what
your
it
notes.
is.
Nothing else, just no.
It was, I did a homeless, I had a joke about the monkey DNA, about saying like, if evolution is real, or saying like, I don't believe in evolution. It's, we have the same DNA as a monkey, 98%. Well, that 2% is very important, you know. So that's the idea of that joke. And then I joke about a homeless guy. Like, when you see a guy homeless sleep on the ground, it looks like he's having the best sleep of his life. And you're like, he has better sleep than I do in my bed.
That's actually totally true, man.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a good joke.
But Geraldo told me, which I love Geraldo, but he was just like, he goes, in my head, I'm giving you I'm the only person that's giving you a joke where I'm saying I do not believe in evolution. So that's the point. Whole point of it is that everybody else is going to tell you everything else. I'm at least coming from a place that's a different place. And then, but he said that between that and the homeless joke, he's like, they didn't, as a set, they didn't mold together, which when I think back on it, it makes sense,
man,
because then you have 3 minutes. So you're like, it would have been better to do 3 minutes on my wife than it would be.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought I'll do 2 jokes that are the homeless one's like my New York edgy joke, where it's like, I'm not dirty, but that's my kind of, it's like, well, homeless people sleep good on the street. And then the other one, which would be kind of like, I thought of like the edgy joke of that. So I'm giving them what they want. I wasn't. And, I did learn from it.
Yeah.
Actually, did, but it hurt. It hurt.
One of them hurt me bad, man.
Well, Dusty did his whole Last Comic Standing set on one topic, right? In the same way.
I made it to what they called the final 100. So I don't know how many were involved, but
I don't know if there's 100 comedians.
But I made it. I auditioned here in Nashville, and then I got flown to New York, auditioned again, and then I got flown to LA for that, and that was TV.
So you were on TV then? Yeah.
Nah, they never showed my clips.
You can see you. You can see you at one point.
Yeah, I was in the background and stuff. But the, I did it all. I did all fish jokes. And Roseanne kind of gave me a similar note, but she was like, you had a good middle, no beginning, no end.
Yeah.
And then Keenan Ivory Wayans told me it was too many jokes on one subject.
Yeah.
And I told him, yes, 3 is a lot. And then
did you say that?
I did say that. And then Norm Macdonald was the 3rd judge, and he said great and very nice things.
Me too, man. He told me I was going to be well, he's wrong, but he said I was. He said I was going to be like a sitcom star or something, man. And
you were older than him.
I know. It was, and then Keenan, I think, I'd got to where I was on TV or whatever, and Norm and I had a thing that was really cool. And then Keenan, I think for the second set I did on TV, Keenan was like, man, it felt like you just like had these 3 jokes about one thing that were all fit together, and you just threw this other joke in there that just didn't even fit. And I was like, man, that is right dead on. And that is exactly what I did. That is
what I learned is you got to look at everything as like, all right, what set do I need? What do I need to do for this situation? And in our heads, because we're younger comics at this point, I'm making fun of you being this, but you were a younger comic. We're all younger comics. And is that your ride?
There's a siren outside.
That was, just to be clear, that was an ambulance joke, not a police car joke.
Yes.
That was because I'm old and probably have a heart condition. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everybody got that.
I think everybody knew that.
I wasn't sure.
So, but like, so we're all new, we're all young. Everybody's a young comic. So you're thinking like, I'm just trying to do my best 3 jokes. And so you're not even remote. We're not at this point. I mean, I've never headlined or you've never molded a set together. But I should have thought you got to think of the set as for this situation. The thing is, you just don't have enough material and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I didn't
that
want
really
to burn
I
up.
had- I
I didn't
had
want to
it.
burn up a little.
I had it.
Yes, he had 6 albums out.
I did. I let him talk. I went up like, I did well in the first round, like real well. And then the second round, it was the semifinals. And I was like last out of like 30 people. And earlier they had like a coaching session with Wanda and the producers. And I let him talk me out of material. What I went in, I was like the last guy and the crowd was dead. And I tried to like do what I thought was a late night TV set. And I should have just gone in the room and kill, like just do what we know how to do, which is like be a road guy and just kill. Yeah. But I went with sort of their recommendations. It was stupid. And it wasn't that good.
That's true. Well, no, I see that. The hard part with that stuff is you're being judged by people that also have a job and don't want to be kicked off the show. Like in a way, they're kicking people off the show, but they're also, if they're not good, then NBC's gonna be like, we don't want you on the show. They need this show also. It's not like they don't take it because it's like I'm retired and I don't need it. So it's a weird, you're basically the whole world's watching, no one's comfortable. Judges aren't comfortable. And they're having to judge people they know. It's their friends. I mean, so it's like such a weird kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, the first time I did it, I made the semifinals too, and I had to follow Lavelle Crawford, who did real well, and he killed. And Amy Schumer did real well that year. And I met her on that thing, and then we actually sort of kind of dated a little bit after that.
Tell us about that.
You're dropping a bomb here.
Yeah, and then she, so I didn't make the last conversation. Then she broke up with me, and
yeah. Well, what happened to her? Where's she at?
How's she doing?
Well.
These days?
How is she?
Didn't she date a professional wrestler? And you're just an amateur wrestler, so I guess I could see the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you've mentioned it, it's
come on, Brian.
It's not
I
real.
remember when
it's not real.
when that last comic standing happened, and you're pretty upset, and you called me, tell me about it. And what you should have done if you had it was call BetterHelp.
Oh. This episode,
You called Brian to feel better about something?
I called to talk to him.
Different times, huh?
You were just like, what's been going on in your day?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no, I feel better about this.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, we would always talk.
How's it different?
Brian, I would call.
I know.
Yeah,
multiple
Bates
times
would
a day.
say,
I need a pick me up. Let me call Bates real quick.
Let me see what Bates's day's been like.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he tells you what he's been doing, and you feel better about it.
Oh, yeah, it's not so bad for me.
Yeah.
I don't deny that. That's absolutely true.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Everyone needs self-care. It is non-negotiable. With yourself. It can be negotiable. You do need help. I'm learning more that you do need help. I'm learning talking is it's a good thing. I thought I could just do it with Brian. You need professional help. You can't, there's only so long you beat on this drum.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you need to go actually talk to someone. As we were trying to build Nateland and I try to make this, it's like I got to sometimes talk to someone even outside of this space because everybody's in this space. And so I need to get stuff off my chest. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. It really is. Look, honestly, I don't even try to like to tell people to go do therapy or this stuff, but it's like, if you feel like life is a lot, like it's like just go talk to someone, and then you can just when you go back into your world, you're like, feel like I got a lot off my chest, and now I can handle what I need to do better. Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Nate today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp HELP.com/Nate.
A guy I know said his wife used BetterHelp from listening to this podcast.
Oh, right.
And that it was very helpful.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
It is a thing that I don't like to, a lot of people talk about therapy. I don't like, it's annoying because I think people do it in a
I want to do it
righteous
just for
way.
the jokes.
Yeah, but you should do it. It's, I was like, yeah, it's just the world is crazy, dude. And you just have not even the world. It's just, you might have a lot on your mind. And you don't need to go dump that on
the people you love.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to start my jokes
That's the
by
old
going, I was talking to my therapist the other day.
Yeah. But you might have a thing in your head that you think is just you, and you're like, I'm crazy, and this is, and then you talk to the therapist and like, oh no, that's this thing that a lot of people have. And it's this,
Yeah, there's a name for
there's
that.
a name
or
for
whatever.
it.
I guess the fear is that they go, you are crazy.
Yeah.
Right. That's where you don't want confirmation.
They go,
of
wait,
it.
you're thinking what? Hold on, let me call some people. Somebody, y'all got to hear
I'm gonna
this.
call the cops.
Joe, we got a maniac
Yeah.
over here. This is
One more housekeeping thing we should get into before we get into the podcast. Nick Thune, friend of the pod.
Yes.
And who does shows with Nate all over. He's recording a special here September 8th
Yeah.
here in Nashville at the Lab.
oh wow.
I'm recording the night before, so that's a fun Nateland weekend. if
Yeah.
you're a fan
Great
of-
Nateland weekend.
Sold
Nick
out,
Thune's
right?
Special
Yeah.
a Nateland, a Nateland
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's exciting, man. Nick
Nateland
Thune's so
Entertainment.
funny, very funny. I had to follow him on a couple of Nate shows, and he's
Very funny,
he's
man.
just great, man. So come on out and check those out.
Nick's been around. Nick was probably did last comic saying too. Nick's been around for as long as we have. Like it's
Real different cat.
Yeah,
man.
we've been around long. When did you? I'd make fun of, but I started in 03. When did you start?
I quit my day job in 01. But I'd been
Okay.
doing it like, hosting and stuff in different cities.
So what do you say when someone says, "When did you start comedy?"
I tell them I hate that question. I usually, for some reason, I just say,
He makes it way more
You're a
difficult than
man,
it should be.
they
What
ask you, well, I say I had a lot of false starts, and,
Yeah.
and they say like, how long you been
Oh,
doing
God,
it?
and they just want to walk away.
No,
They're like,
they
just
they
be
go.
nice.
They're like, Greg, I didn't even want to talk to you. I'm just trying to just say a number
No.
so I can leave. And you're like, well, I started 1985. I got up and I thought about doing it, but I was 35 years old, I had a family, and I thought I can't leave my family.
some of this is not all that far from the truth. Like, no. I
1980.
mean, because they'll ask you, they'll be like, what, hey man, how long you been doing it?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, I read too much into it, but I know sometimes if it's at an open mic or something,
Yeah.
it's a guy that's starting out, be like, I gotta be able to chart where I'm at.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I always just go, long time, dude.
And they see it in your
Yeah,
eyes.
they-
There you go.
Just
And
a
then
weathered
a couple
look.
of them will
Yeah.
try one more time, but I mean, when'd you start? I'll be like, long time, dude. Long time.
You're like,
Long
you
time.
remember 9/11? Yeah,
Yeah.
that year.
I got on stage in college in 1991. I know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were in college in 91?
Yeah, man, I was a senior.
That's because
Yeah.
you don't want to say that you've been doing it for 35, 40 years.
Nate, but I quit.
Huh?
Yeah, that's part of it. I'm probably like, well, you should be way better.
No, they go, you got the Seinfeld open for you.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, the more I do want to shorten it, though, when I tell people things.
Didn't
Yeah.
Seinfeld, because we saw
For Yakov
we
Smirnoff.
saw Yakov at a
Yeah.
show that I did with you, and didn't
Yeah.
he say he opened for Yakov?
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Crazy.
man.
It's wild, man.
Yakov was huge. They're doing 3,000 seat theaters.
Wow.
No one was even doing that. Like that was back when no one did theaters. Seinfeld said he's like, I've never even seen anything like it. It was like, this is nuts. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I'm joking. I say 03 is when I moved to Chicago. So I just say 03. And then, so I've been doing 21 years.
But you've been on stage before that. So you're
No,
lying.
no.
Never?
No, I went on stage first time in 03. So I'm
Wow.
counting if I can find it, there is a clip of me online.
One of your, I
Jim
think your
Roth.
third ever set is
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah, yeah.
sent it to me.
Yeah.
Really?
You see a little bit of you in there, but it's a third ever
Yeah.
set.
You gotta look.
You see a little bit where you're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
a thing.
I didn't watch it. I don't know if I could.
Yeah, old,
it's hard.
old is like that is hard.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Do you remember the jokes? You have a whole bit about y'all use the compass a lot
I
up
remember
here.
that joke. Yeah.
And then they say, well, the river's always east. And you're like,
Yeah.
well, I can't see the river.
Yeah. The lake.
The lake,
Yeah.
the lake. Yeah.
Man, that was the first joke that murdered. That was the first kind of relatable joke I had
Yeah,
because
that's
it
a
was
real
in Chicago and they would go, I'd use that joke a lot later. I might have used the compass joke on something
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
TV.
It's
or
coming
Yeah.
back next
No, that's-
special. It's
CMT.
coming- yeah.
Yes.
I think I did on CMT. So some of these jokes held on.
Yeah.
But the lake one was because in Chicago they'd go. Remember the lake is east. Always that's how they told you to get around. So if you were like, go walk north, and you're like, well the lake's east. I'm like, well I can't see the lake. And I mean it would.
Yeah.
Chicago dude was like, come on. They loved it. And so that was the first kind of relatable. And then that with the compass, and you do that, and then or compass.
Compass, yeah.
Compass.
Yeah.
My bad.
See, you would have said compass, and then everybody's like, "What?" And then it's a whole.
They would have just been like, "This guy's not from around here."
It would take them a second to get it. They go, "What is this guy talking about?"
That's a pretty good joke to have, though, as one of your first jokes.
Well,
I had like
child prodigy.
Red Fox impressions. And stuff. It was terrible.
I'm a child prodigy that took all the times of the child years. It's the opposite of a child prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one knew I was a child prodigy. I was trying to tell them I'm a child prodigy. They didn't understand it. They go, I don't know. Word, do y'all want to say where y'all are at? I don't know where I was at. I was home.
You were at the Wilson County Fair.
I was at the Wilson County Fair.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to Wilson County Fair. Funny enough, Saturday Night Live aired that night where I talk about the Wilson County Fair. Re-aired.
Oh, that's
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, crazy. And I did not realize that until we were talking. And so Wilson County Fair is great, fun. Glad we went. It rained. It was a zoo because we were there first Saturday, but it was like the only day I could go. And so I was like, well, let's just go. And then, but it was fun.
Well, I had my not Nateland. It's basically Nateland. My Brian Bates and Friends show here last week.
All right. How
Sold
was
out,
it?
right?
Sold out. It was great.
2 in a row, back to back.
Back to back.
Back-to-back Bates.
100%. Nate King did a set.
Yeah.
It was great. Last night I was in Smithville, Tennessee. That's DeKalb County, of course. At Smithville First Baptist Church. Shout out to them.
That's pretty close to
yeah.
McMinnville. You should have went out and stayed at the cabin.
Yeah, that would have really helped last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Had a good time. It was one of those where they just have the potluck meal and there's nowhere else to go. So you just get in line, get your food, sit down at a table with them, just wait till you go on stage.
I can't believe you do that.
Yeah.
I never will. I can't sit with the audience.
I try to avoid it. Sometimes you can't help it.
I'll wait in my car.
Me
Text
too.
me when you need me.
Me too.
Let me get a bowl of chili first.
I
though.
try not to, but a couple times when I have, it's turned out pretty well.
Has
You
it?
Like
probably
they're-
end up getting some.
Yes.
You get like something. So you can kind of like
Yes.
be like, you start off with just like, you're like, oh, look, I've been watching y'all eat. And it's like relatable. And then you probably have a better set.
Yes. Yeah, I think you do.
I would feel very uncomfortable.
All right. Well, I'm
yeah.
going to start showing up to corporate events early then and be like, let me get in on this because I could use a better
about
start.
Yeah,
to
this is a cool.
overstay
Don't
my
do this at the
welcome.
clubs.
Don't do it at the
No,
club.
don't-
I've
don't
had
go
some
eat with him
late
in the comedy
shows
club.
at the club, dude. I've had late
Rusty?
shows at the club. I walked in. There's like 8 people in the showroom, so I just go, "What's up, guys? We're doing this." I might as well. Like, who am I pretending that I'm like
Yeah.
hiding from? There's like 10 people here. I
Yeah.
might just hi. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Oh,
In between shows?
Yeah, if I'm walking out of the green room and I see there's nobody there, I might as
Shaking
well,
hands.
Might as well say hi. Thanks for being here.
yeah.
Not.
I mean, do they want that? I mean,
There's
someone's
6.
imagine if there's only that many people. I don't know if any of them know you. So then they're like, they go, I don't know, the help is out here.
And they're almost like, he's already seen us
Chatty.
now. We can't leave.
Yeah,
I know.
That's what I'm trying to trap them in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some guy that did the Tonight Show one time, his first time on the Tonight Show, and he had these pens like that had his name on them. And before the show, he was just giving everybody pens as they walked into the
Yeah.
studio audience. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing the Tonight Show,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna be up here."
You give out merch at the Tonight Show?
Yeah, he was giving
That's
out free,
awesome.
man. Yeah.
Wow.
think about. I think I got a funny new tour name for you, Bates.
All right, let's hear it. Hang on.
I'm ready. Bates's tour is called Easier to Drive. It's just a tour every gig you get. You go, you want to fly? You go, I think it's just easier if you drive. It's always in a city where there's going to be a layover.
You're not writing
So-
it down.
Yeah.
All right.
You only take bookings. None of them are flights. They go, can I fly there? They go, you can't. But to be honest, it's probably easier just to drive it.
Not what I was hoping for, but
No,
Well,
it
that
is.
you
That's
know,
a good. That's a
it's
good.
good
fun.
in
Yeah.
the sense that you're showing you're getting to other parts of the country
Yeah.
that maybe other comics aren't going
That's
to.
right.
He's
You haven't
not-
gone
I
full
would say-
Hollywood like Nate. He's
Yeah.
only doing shows in LA.
You're reaching
Yeah,
different
yeah.
parts of the country.
You're going to real America.
That's
Yeah.
right. Different parts of the state.
Yeah.
Not the country.
No, different parts of the mid-state.
The mid-state. Yeah. He goes,
The
yeah,
middle
look,"
Tennessee kid.
He goes, yeah.
Now that I like. Boom.
They're you come to Arkansas. He goes, I've been down there. He goes, I'll dabble a little bit in there. I'll stay in Memphis, but I'll drive over.
Yeah. West Memphis.
He goes, but I'll come over and see what's going on.
Yeah. What hot springs? No, we can't have you down that far.
No.
We can get you.
What are we talking about?
I am doing Hot Springs coming up.
Yeah. There you go.
November 2nd.
November 2nd, Hot Springs.
That's gonna be.
Come to
Hot
Dallas. He goes, what do we do? He goes, what? What are you doing? He goes, Dallas. Are you out of your mind?
I was booked for Dallas, and then I canceled for your SNL, and ticket sales weren't that great, so I can't convince them to bring me back.
But what if they advertise it as he went to Nate's SNL?
Yeah.
This guy, you may see this guy in the crowd and they forget.
That's better than some of the credits I was using earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't cancel, you reschedule.
This
I
guy,
agree, Dusty. I
Yeah.
agree. Tell
Yeah.
the owner of the club that.
This guy could get Nate on the phone. They go,
That's not even really true.
In a couple of days.
Not anymore.
In a
I
couple
can
of days.
get his sister. Man, no.
I texted you about going to the Wilson County Fair. Said we're going.
Yeah, you did.
Then I was going to text y'all, and then but you were gone.
I was out of town. Yeah.
And then, or you were gone too,
I
because
was
we
gone
texted
too, yeah.
this weekend. You were in
Yeah.
Texas. So then I was like, I texted.
Were you inviting me to go?
Yeah, I said we're going to the fair today.
Just telling you.
And
he's
the-
going.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
He didn't say.
it's like a text that like I was like, hey, I'm gonna golf at 9.
Yeah.
I'm not just I'm not texting. It's like, I think it's right to the point.
The invitation's implied.
I thought you were
Yeah.
wanting to know if I could get you free tickets.
To the Wilson County Fair. Yeah, we had to pay. We did not get free tickets, but we paid
No, I was there, as I told you earlier that day. Yeah.
Oh.
Michael was there, so I hung out with Michael.
Would you go by yourself?
No. We were
He just walking around.
I did meet
Is that Nate
someone.
Bargatze?
There was someone I met, and this lady, she's very nice. But then I had to wait for her husband to get back. She was like, "My husband, you got to meet my husband." Like, and he wasn't there, so
So you just had a hang.
yeah. She goes at one point. She walks over, and then they were very nice. And then I'm like, and then we start leaving because we're like, all right, well, I don't think I'm gonna wait here. And then she's like, hold on, he's almost. He was like already in the car.
Wow.
Came all the way back.
Was he excited?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You gotta pay
Be
to
something.
get in again.
I mean, he didn't know. I don't think she said who you're meeting, but then they were excited and we took a picture. They're very nice, but it was just the moment like, just give me 2 seconds.
That would have been terrible if he wasn't excited.
I've had that happen where
You made me get out of the car.
I've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it happen where it's they go, look who this is, and they go, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, and then you got to go, I'm a comedian, and you explain it, and they're like, oh yeah, oh wow, cool to meet you, and you're like, oh, and the person presents it to you as if you're about to meet your biggest fan on
Yeah.
earth,
Oh, yeah.
and so you think it's about to be like a thing, and then they're just like, they're just not in the headspace to even,
Yeah.
and they're like, I guess.
That lady in Springfield, Missouri, when we were doing that gig, we were out riding scooters or something.
Yeah.
And this lady came up. It was just, 5 grown men riding scooters in the middle of the town. She was like, what are you guys doing here? She worked for the college, and she was like, what do you do? You're here. I bet you're here for the Nate Bargatze show, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
And Nate was right there. Everybody had sunglasses on.
Mhm.
And I just go, are you a Nate fan? She's like, I love him. He's my favorite comedian. I love him. I was like, you know what he looks like? And she was like, yeah, I know what he looks like. And then she's like, take your sunglasses off.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
freaked out. It
We
was
were
great.
just talking.
It was
to her.
great,
Yeah,
man.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
We were riding. What college was that?
yeah. That's
You
Missouri
wrestled-
State.
Missouri State. We were
Yeah.
riding Missouri State on scooters. I mean, oldest men possible.
What's that city?
Springfield, Missouri.
Oh,
Springfield, Missouri,
Springfield.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, they got a comedy club.
Okay.
You probably
yeah.
played there.
I did the college. I did the.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's where my dad went.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
did a gig at the college.
Greg wrestled there.
I wrestled there. Yeah.
All right.
never lost down there, man.
Greg was he was a little cocky.
Well,
that
we were
guy.
the University of Missouri.
Yeah.
If you had any of those directionals like Southeast
Yeah.
or Central, it was or Missouri State, our coach is like, you guys, you got a 6-point lead walking out on the mat just because of your singlet.
And that's how Greg took the stage with that attitude.
Yeah.
He walked out there. I got a 6-point lead. They don't even know.
Yeah, and there's early on, and still today, I'm down 8-6, 2 jokes in.
It's the opposite.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, he goes, what happened? They're up by 6. Wait, how do they have a lead now?
Where were you this weekend, Greg?
Well, Nate's not the only arena act.
Ooh.
I went to Mason City, Iowa, and they had a hockey arena there, and they sectioned off about 120 seats in that hockey arena and had a comedy show, and it was really cool. They made like a little comedy club out of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
How
it was
many
really
seats?
neat. There was probably, I bet you there was 150 people there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they
What was
just
going on the
great.
other side of the curtain?
They were playing hockey.
Yeah.
You know?
Full blown
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to utilize the
space.
space, and they've been trying to get comedy going. So it was really fun.
Some of those arenas, it's good to do that. I mean, I did it when I did them because I said they used to have the curtain,
Yeah.
and so you would do them, and it depended on where that curtain was, depending on how good you sold. So I mean, I remember doing them where the curtain was. I mean, my stage. It's really you're just like the stage should be just against the wall, and it'd be one section.
Yeah.
Or that one show. Who did we talk about? That one show. The guy was on stage. We just did it on stage. Who did I was with that we talked about that? Did you ever brought that up? We did a show.
Not on the podcast,
Oh.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a show. I forget who was with me. So little people, they just did it on the stage.
You mean they sat everybody
where
on the
was it?
stage?
Yeah. Yeah, it was not enough people. It was a theater. And there's not enough people that they just said, you know what? Let's just bring everybody on stage. And then they sat in
Yeah.
chairs. on
Y'all use the
stage.
green room bathroom if you
Yeah.
want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably, I bet you it was good though,
Yeah, it was good.
because the acoustics in the theater with
Yeah.
that's
You just had them all on stage. So I just did a show.
yeah.
Let's just get them all on stage. Yeah.
This one's for you, Marty.
Yeah. There you go. I'm in section 3F. You got you're on stage. There is no 3F tonight. It's all chairs.
What about you, Aaron?
I was in Alabama, Birmingham,
All
the
right.
Stardome, 2 nights at the Stardome, and then 2 nights in Huntsville at Levity Live. It's no longer Stand Up Live. It's called Levity Live.
Oh,
now.
wow. I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
So they're making the changes there, but and still the same great club from the comics perspective, at least.
All right.
And,
Yeah.
So it was a really great weekend to be back in Alabama. A lot of family. I had it was one of those Huntsville shows. The manager comes back and goes, "There's a group of 38 here."
Yeah.
It was my family.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but she was
Wow.
like, "Is there like a church group coming or something?" I go, "No, it's
38.
my family. 38
Wow.
came to the late show Saturday.
Wow.
Now they were
Late
pulling in friends and stuff, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
they all came in, and that show was a lot of fun. And they thankfully didn't put them up front, but just a
That's
great
awesome.
weekend,
So
man.
was it just
Sold out the
empty
Stardome.
Empty seats.
You
and then
sold out the
38?
Stardome?
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, I know, but now you're talking about something great.
Yeah,
God, now it sounds bad.
That's okay.
No,
It's okay.
I was trying to say that it's just empty seats and then the 38 people. And then they go, we don't got them up front. But and then you said, I have cancer. And you're like, oh, gosh. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry, yeah. Stardome, insane.
Sold out the Stardome.
Sold it out.
Sold it out.
That's
Sold
so
it out.
great.
Added a show, and the added show was like at 150.
All right.
So it was awesome. I've done the Stardome since I started, and I don't think I've ever had anybody there that knew that I was on the show.
Yeah.
Even the shows I headlined.
Yeah.
Never felt like anybody was there for
What do
me.
you think happened?
Well, I did the arena in Birmingham with Nate, and I said I'm
Ah,
coming there, and it happened quick.
boom.
Yeah.
The
So,
Nate bump.
It was awesome, man.
Well, that's
It was
all
really
him.
cool.
They watch. They don't have to come. You know?
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Thank
if
you.
you had really bombed and go,
That's
come
true.
see me at the Stardome, they'd have been like, nah, we
we're
saw
good.
what you did. And
We would
did."
just be hearing about Huntsville this week.
That's
yeah,
true,
yeah, yeah.
But if he'd have done really great, he'd have stood out both. So
Yeah.
let's just be honest. If we're gonna be honest.
That is
So he's
true.
right in the middle.
That is true.
He's not showing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the interesting thing that I've learned about selling out a show and then them adding another is you go, oh no, that sellout was about as many people that wanted to come see
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
They're,
Let's.
I'm not
keep
familiar
let's
with any
keep-
of this.
Yeah, let's keep it at the win. You want the victory.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, what if we do another one? You're like, yeah. And then because I did when you're doing theaters, we would always sometimes you added a show and you'd be like, first show's packed out, second show's 200 people.
and they're like, we
And
got to
you-
push. We got to push.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I had a sold out show.
Yeah. And then you feel like you got to walk out there and you're like, hey, everybody in the crowd, I just want you to know the other show was sold out.
I
Yeah.
do say that.
Yeah.
I
No,
do
I
say
know.
that.
You
Yeah.
kind of feel like you
Yeah.
have to because they're like, what is happening?
I say, we added this show just for you guys.
yeah.
And that is true.
That's a good one.
It
Yeah.
is because you want to see, you want to let everybody else come,
Mhm.
but you didn't know it was only going to be 100 people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They go, how many more Dusty fans we got out there? You're like, you go, let's
I think we
let's
found
leave
them.
it to the imagination.
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah, but
Where
speaking of that, I did Houston, Texas this weekend. The great
Improv?
state of Texas, the Improv. I sold out 3 of the 5 shows.
That's
Ridiculous.
it's
Yeah.
a big club.
A big
Yeah.
club.
It's
big club.
huge.
the number
It's
one
huge.
grossing comedy club in the country, I think.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah, I
Whoa.
think, yeah.
It's so great. I had such a good time.
Mhm.
It's an awesome
yeah.
weekend.
That's one of the places
Big,
I
big
started
room.
comedy at.
Is it?
It's an interesting way to word it. What does that mean?
What?
Is it the biggest club?
No, it's the highest,
I think
most
it's
tickets sold.
exactly what he said.
Yeah, I think the dollars.
Yeah.
How
big
you're saying
is
they
it?
charge?
It's an interesting way to word that because it's the correct way to word it. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
So what you're saying is they charge more money for tickets than some other clubs?
It's no, it's very big too,
It's
and the
450
acts
seats.
sell
Yeah.
well there.
It's also
Yeah,
a
yeah.
giant
Yeah, they
city.
don't. Yeah, they don't charge.
4th largest city in the
Yeah.
country. Neck and neck with Chicago, though,
Is it,
the 3rd
is it,
largest.
I thought it was third.
They say it's neck and neck.
You can be high grossing and not charge a lot for tickets. Walmart is a very high grossing place. They don't charge. They don't just charge people more.
Yeah, so they're the biggest company in America.
But you make it, which is you're good at this. Make it sound just like the club is at fault,
Yeah.
and you are the best at that.
Yeah, you think
At
they're
taking
making something
something
shady
positive
going on.
and make it where that person, the club then has to go. I get. Well, all right, man. I'm sorry. Like that's the way you present it.
Well, I was just trying to get to the bottom. Is it the biggest? Or if it's not the biggest, then that means they're
It's one of the biggest,
okay.
and there's a lot of tickets are being sold there.
It's
They
a
got,
big club,
they
which
got
is
guys
what
selling
makes
out
it
3 out of 5 shows. That's
significant
nuts.
that I
Well,
had
big
sold out.
doesn't
Mhm.
even. I mean, you could have a big
that's
club and
crazy.
they never.
The other
They
2
never-
are close to
yeah.
selling
There's
out,
clubs
too,
that
by
are
the way.
bigger than Phoenix, than Houston,
Yeah, it's the
and they
big,
don't make it, and they could not
Yeah,
make
stand
more
up live in
dollars.
Phoenix.
I got
It's
you.
huge, right? Almost 600
Yeah.
seats.
It's
That
that
rock-
it's that
yeah.
many people. That town has they want to go to that club,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and a lot of big acts go to that club,
Mhm.
big.
so
big
they would
acts.
be able to get.
Yeah, I was just there.
Yeah, they would get.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get
That's
big
what I'm
acts.
That's what
saying,
I'm
man.
saying.
Yeah.
They
That's
do.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They get a lot of theater acts and guys that could go do other stuff, but they go to Houston and go, I'll just do the club because it's such a big club. It's a good thing.
I think they have the there's they have big acts and big white acts, big urban acts, but then there's probably I bet there's 10 Latino acts that you can't that don't sell well in certain parts of the country
Oh,
where
yeah,
they
yeah.
blow it out and that,
Blow it out,
so they have 10 acts that some
Yeah.
Most
cities
diverse
don't
city
have.
in the country, they say. Houston, the most diverse city in the country.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know
That's
if I
what they
believe
say.
that. I mean, what about New
I'm
York
just telling
City?
you, guys.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they say. Most diverse city in the country.
You didn't look up the stats.
I didn't look up anything. People just told me this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Houston. I don't know if I buy it.
Okay.
I mean,
That was 1984.
Yeah.
I guess. What do you-
it's 91.
I
You
mean,
don't even
we-
have to exaggerate. You can
Yeah,
just say
that
it.
is true.
You say the
91.
thing.
You were a senior in
That's
college
true.
in Houston?
I
You're
I
saying 91 for everything.
You know, Bates, again, this is
Bates
just what
is
Nate
fiery,
says.
dude.
It's just what Nate
It
says.
is.
You make it sound like there's something that I'm doing.
I just want to
that
get the
is,
bottom of it.
like I'm lying.
Yeah.
I graduated college,
Are you
and
stuck
then
at
I moved
91,
to
Greg?
Houston to get a job
He's not
selling
He's not
chips
a fun person.
and
Go ahead.
peanut butter.
Sounds like you're stuck in 91. Greg.
Yeah, you put people on the defense.
What
Well, I just
happened
wanna-
in 91?
No.
I mean, your answer to everything is 1991. What's going on?
Cross-examined
Did you
here.
have some? Do you have some trauma in 91?
No,
Stay
man,
stuck
it was
in
a
there?
good year in some
Okay.
ways.
Yeah, I was born in 91.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got married in 91 and had some kids, and then became a grandparent in 91 too.
Yeah.
Is that what you're indicating there?
Well,
We're having a good time.
Dusty, why don't you tell us about
Right.
Pesty?
Oh yeah. Oh. We have all been there. Sitting in your house and then you see a huge bug. As you know, I used to work for the big pest control companies. And let's just say it, not a huge fan of all those chemicals, but now I have Pesty. This podcast is sponsored by Pesty. Pesty is a do-it-yourself pest control company on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control products. There's a lot of popping peas in here, and it's not
Plosives.
my fault.
I like it.
Pro-grade pest control products at an affordable price so you can say hello to savings and goodbye to bugs at a fraction of the cost of most pest control companies. No more making appointments and waiting on the bug guy. You can just spray it yourself with the reusable electronic sprayer that is included with your order. Other pest control companies charge hundreds of dollars and make a one-size-fits-all plan, but Pesty is totally customizable to your location and bugs. Okay. All right. I don't understand how this is phrased, but it just says, not Pesty. I used it this week, and it was so easy to do. I don't think that really fits in there, but I think they're just saying, hey, Pesty's easy.
Yes.
Let's not overcomplicate it with a
Right,
lot of
right.
words. Pesty's easy to use. To me, the best part is that Pesty is a kid and pet friendly. So you never have to worry about your pets or your kids. That's my personal favorite. Even though I don't have any pets, I still don't want them to get hurt. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty anti like a lot of stuff, but I am pro home pest control. I don't want a lot of bugs in the house. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying, if they're just out in their own house, I'm not trying to get them, but don't come into mine. You know what I mean? Pesty minimizes the risk to pollinators like bees and butterflies and reduces the negative impact of pesticides on the environment. That way, bugs can thrive in their ecosystem while you enjoy a bug-free home. Exactly what I just said. And that was written. I didn't even know that was written, but that's what I said. That's what I like. Amazing. Now is the time to protect your home from bugs for less with Pesty. Head to pesty.com/Nate and use code Nate for an extra 10% off your order. Once again, that's pesty.com/Nate for 10% off. And make sure you use my promo code Nate so they know I sent you.
All right, boom.
It's my first time ever reading that. I felt like it was pretty good.
That was,
Yeah,
that was
really.
pretty good. A lot of pretty plosive heavy though.
There was a lot of peas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dusty was here for the plosive.
I was.
No,
Oh, you
yeah,
were?
you're-
Oh, okay.
That was actually me that said it was sounds like something the young kids would say.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Yeah.
I coined the phrase.
Yeah.
Plosive.
Start with you guys' comments. Jessica Quinn, probably the hardest I've ever laughed at a podcast episode, from the revelation that Homer was blind to watching Dusty shaking his head every time Aaron mentioned something related to evolution.
Well, yeah. Speaking of blind.
Also love the ouch story from Bobby Socks. If laughter is good medicine, I got a long life ahead. Thank you all.
That's
Very
very
nice.
nice.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's
Cody,
not medicine though.
laughter.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
don't count on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for medicine.
Still do other stuff for your health.
What are you doing, man?
I'm sorry.
This is what we sell.
Dusty, the Bible says a merry heart doeth good like medicine. And that's Old Testament, so you should be all about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay.
But Dusty's all big pharma, so
Yeah.
we understand.
Big Pharma Bates.
I mean, You probably love it. I mean, Big Far. I mean, he'll do. What do they want? What are they trying to give us? He goes and knocks on Pfizer's door and goes, "What do y'all got today? Y'all got anything y'all trying out?"
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one of those pill things that keeps up with it.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you have one, Greg?
I keep them in little sandwich bags.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like to just keep them in
Do you
my
know
pocket.
which one to go to?
What do you mean?
Do you have a bunch of different?
You have 7
Pills
days
to
a
take?
week.
No, I take a set of pills in the morning and a set of pills in the afternoon and a set of pills in the evening.
That's how you get through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not drug pills; they're supplements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from
mine
my,
too.
And they're in those little snack bags. You know,
Mhm.
snack bag is smaller than a sandwich bag.
Yeah, I like snack bags.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cody Thomas. I had read that we call redheads redheads
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
because even though it's more of an orange color, the word orange was not around, but the word red was. That makes more sense to me than an evolution of the human eye.
I think we talked about this on the podcast once that the orange, the fruit, was named that before the color was named orange.
Mm.
No.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
and then that's why we started calling that shade orange because it was the same color as the fruit. But yeah, there was just one all-encompassing word, red, that included orange and red for a long time. Fun stuff.
We had this guy, redheaded guy, on our wrestling team in college, Darren Davis. We called him Ronald McDonald, and we'd call him up late at night. He was the only one married on the team. And he was
In high school?
in college.
Oh,
College.
okay.
He was
Yeah.
married in college, and we were
Yeah.
all idiots out doing whatever. We'd be out late till like 2 a.m. And he'd answer the phone at like 2 a.m. and be like, "I'll take a Big Mac," and we just order McDonald's.
Yeah.
Ronald
Yeah,
McDonald.
he hated us for that.
That's his fault for having red hair.
For being married.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Spencer Armhine. Armheen.
There's no chance that's what that is.
You don't think it's Armheen? In middle school, I told everyone that I was colorblind for attention. When I got can't make it.
He does that too.
When I got tired of pretending I couldn't see colors, I said the doctor gave me medicine that fixed it. Yes, he loves
This guy's a sociopath.
One lie leads to another lie to another lie.
and 2 other kids who were actually colorblind begged me to tell me what treatment I had. I even talked to their parents. I lied to them all until they finally contacted my parents, and my folks had to tell them I was not.
This guy,
Oh,
this
wow.
guy is a maniac.
You took it so far.
guy-
Oh,
I
dude.
talked to their parents.
He
Yeah.
told
Well,
yeah,
he got his head couldn't keep his head above water. What's the saying like that? Like it got out of his hands.
Quicksand.
He was in over his head.
It was in over his head.
Yeah.
Where he just thought, yeah, I'm just being funny and like I'll say I'm colorblind, and then was like, all right, I'm tired of that, and then it's like. Then kids, I mean, there's no way he thought, well, what if people?
I know.
Well, what school was he going to where 2 other kids were colorblind?
I'm colorblind.
Is this a real common thing?
I'm colorblind. My brother's colorblind. It is in real men, I think. Type that in.
Real men are
Yeah.
colorblind.
Yeah.
1 in 12 men,
Wow.
and then 1 in 200 women. So it affects men.
Wow. 1 in 12?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah. 4.5% of the world's population.
Who's doing these surveys?
That's what I'm saying.
What advantage would there to be to making up a?
I agree.
It's
They
just
say
something
that
fun.
about every survey ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just kinda-
that's what we say.
Oh, all right, man.
Bates
believe
is,
it.
yeah, he's struggling today. So
I was colorblind in 1991.
Just kidding.
It's a smart joke. We're smart
so
people.
I'll dumb it down for this bonehead audience.
Sorry, man.
Ah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Hurt people hurt people. Go ahead.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good,
Yeah, that's a good saying. Yeah.
but I didn't mean to hurt you.
Rachel Barrow. Yeah.
Mhm.
My piano teacher. She sounds like a piano teacher, Rachel Barrow. Doesn't that sound like a piano teacher's name?
Miss Barrow.
Miss
Miss
Barrow.
Barrow.
Ms.
My piano
Mrs.
teacher would often talk about specific keys having colors to them. C major was blue, E flat was orange. I understood on one level what she was saying, but never had the experience of hearing colors.
That's synesthesia, what we talked about a little bit last week.
Mm. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like
Or some. If this don't get into it, there's some more comments coming up. About synesthesia.
okay, cool.
Jeff Metters. Metters. I think it's Metters.
I like Matters.
Metters.
Yeah.
The lie about carrots improving vision originated from the British government in World War II. Fact check this, Greg. The Royal Air Force, are you listening? Had a new radar technology that they wanted to keep secret. So to fool the Nazis, they launched a propaganda campaign that attributed the skill of their pilots to carrots.
That's true.
I heard
So
that
what
from
is
a few places.
That's great.
So what did they do? I don't know if I understand
know.
what
So-
I read.
I just think you should eat the carrots.
The British
bad
had a
idea to eat
new
the carrots.
a radar system that could detect, I guess, Nazi planes, and they didn't want them to know how they could do it, so
Okay.
they lied by saying the reason their pilots could see so well is because they eat carrots.
Wow.
And Hitler's telling you,
gotta eat these carrots.
Yeah.
These carrots. Yeah.
We did that. I mean, when I worked at
I
Pringles,
don't know.
we
I don't believe that.
we had like our general manager, the guy running Pringles, got interviewed by one of those advertising magazines, and we were up a bunch of SharePoints, and he threw some misinformation out there. He told them that it was because we sponsored the X Games was why we were doing so well, just to sort of try to get Frito-Lay off their game.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I like that kind of stuff.
Wait. Why did he say it? Your guy said it?
Yeah, our guy. They were interviewing him to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, why
Oh.
is Pringles
Yeah.
experiencing so much growth
Yeah.
right now?" And it had to do with I think it had a lot to do with Walmart and targeting that customer and doing a lot of stuff with them.
Yeah.
But and some of the club stores. But he was like, "We're not going to tell Frito-Lay why we're doing so well." So he was like, "It's because we're a big sponsor of the X Games, and that's why all of
That's
our
great,
business is
yeah.
going through the roof."
Yeah. You don't want them
And
to
did
know.
Frito-Lay start
why.
sponsoring the X Games after that?
I don't know if it worked or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they didn't know. You know.
I'm just saying about this. I don't doubt. I just feel like we carried this lie all this time that carrots are good for your eyes because of this.
It was a big war.
I would say one of the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
But
two.
I just mean though, we're now like our parents are telling us to eat carrots because it's good for our eyes because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
I just don't think that.
maybe the RAF could have let us in on it. We were an ally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The whole world's eating carrots now. It's good for their eyes because of this.
I think there's some other health benefits to
Yeah,
carrots.
it's not like carrots are bad for you,
Yeah.
you know? Or you sound mad about it.
Well, I mean, I
Well, yeah,
just,
no, he was fooled. You've been misled.
I mean, well,
Been
I
eating
still have
carrots all these
glasses.
years,
Yeah.
It's not been helping.
These people were lying like Spencer Amrime.
yeah, exactly.
Scott Crawford. Did you compare Spencer to the Nazis?
I didn't.
I bet you Spencer. I bet you Spencer was.
Yeah.
Spencer was a more skilled
Sorry,
liar.
Spencer. Yeah. All right. Well, he's complimented you now. Scott Crawford. There is a condition called prosopagnosia.
Whoa.
Is that right?
That sounded good.
I actually think you got that.
Pagnosia.
You went into it so confidently. I love it. You just like, let's just do it. We're doing it.
Onomatopoeia.
Prosopagnosia. I can't
Now
do it
you
more.
know.
I've done it a couple times. Also known as face blindness. Oh, I don't start with that. Which is a neurological disorder that makes it difficult to recognize faces. That's just a person that's a bad person.
I'm good
They
with
come up
names.
something. Yeah.
Bad with faces.
Yeah. That's just someone that's like, you go, I just don't have the time to, it would be like I meet a lot of people.
I got
So
face
faces are going to,
blindness.
yeah. I meet a lot of people.
You all look.
Or
blend
it's
in.
a thing, and that's a terrible thing
Yeah.
where you're like, Ted, it's me.
Yeah, and you go, oh, I have prosopagnosia.
Yeah.
That's
Like, oh,
it's-
jeez.
Yeah, flakes. That's a real thing.
I know,
I
I'm-
know. We're just,
How many people have it? Do you know someone specifically that
1
Has
in
it?
12.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I saw a story on 60 Minutes about it.
Did
Really?
you?
Yeah.
Are they still doing 60 Minutes?
In 91?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're doing better than ever.
Now you can have the opposite of that too. You have superior face recognition ability. They are called super recognizers.
That's what I have.
You're pretty good with
Yeah,
faces.
that's what I have.
Aren't crows that way? I'm not lying.
Yeah.
There's a bird I think that can see that
you're right.
recognize humans faces.
Yeah,
I think it's crows.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Crows can learn to recognize human faces and hold on to that memory for a long time, sometimes even forming associations with the individual's behavior. Wow.
I did Whitney Cummings' podcast, and she talked about crows like that. Like she has some crow feeders. I bought a crow feeder. I still don't have any crows now, but yeah, she says they'll bring you tools and stuff.
Oh,
If
wow.
you start leaving food out, they'll bring little tools for you.
As thank you gifts?
I guess, yeah, yeah.
Now that I don't believe.
We're into crows. That's how I bonded with her. We bonded over crows.
Man, I sure could use a fence post digger.
That might be a tough tool to bring, but it'd be a whole murder of crows.
Wow.
Here's your fence. You go, oh, here's a corn on the cob. You go, that's like gold in their language.
Were you doing an impression of a crow?
Breathing hard. Yeah.
Carrying a fence hole digger.
Yeah. She goes, not everybody does that, Greg. It's like
No,
an,
it was
it's like a anti-evolution joke.
Yeah.
I also do. It was my homeless man, the evolution joke, and then I did impression
Hard
of
breather.
a crow.
Yeah.
Out of breath
Out of breath crow. And then they go, I can't pinpoint it.
Next year, just all out of breath crow jokes. One set on out of breath crow jokes.
Hannah Friedenlund.
There you go.
Friedenlund.
Wow.
That sounds like a name that what's that? The Freud name or whatever?
Sigmund Freud.
Sigmund Freud.
No, some Freud slip.
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip. Yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds like, Friedenlund slip. Like Hannah, that sounds like a name that you're like, if you dug into that, you're like, Hannah, like her family, like, comes from
Yeah.
something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Hannah might not even know that,
I bet not.
but she might have, there might be she owns like half of Ireland or something, something. I don't know where that last name's from, but loved hearing synesthesia. Loved hearing synesthesia getting brought up. Every color has a frequency, and that's why being in painted rooms with the different colors affects our mood so much. Also, it's why white noise exists in a sound machine. It's a frequency.
Oh, I'm
That's
into
crazy.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I could get into this.
The sound of,
Colors having frequencies.
yeah.
Oh, I want to dig into that. I want to change the colors in my house now.
Well, there are some musicians that have just mastered the instrument so much that when they're like soloing or something, they're not even thinking about the mechanics of it. If they have synesthesia, they can just think like just
Red, blue, green,
you
red,
think I
white,
can,
blue.
yeah, just like in colors
Yeah, yellow, but
and just like the feel of it. I think
what
that's
they're-
so interesting.
That's what they think in their head while they sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
Black, blue, black, blue, white, pink. Black, blue, white, pink.
Then,
And they
then
do
you know,
that. And
there's-
you're like, what is that? That was Charlie Daniels.
yeah, but there's probably some guy. It's just like comedy. There's some guy that just wants to skip to doing just the colors and doesn't want to learn. Doesn't want to learn.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
wanna
funny.
learn
He
the
goes,
basics.
nah. He goes, what? He goes, let's get to the color part. They go, nah, you gotta learn.
gotta kind of learn how to play
Yeah.
the notes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm just a color
yeah.
guy, man. Just
Yeah, I like that. I'm into this.
Kanye West apparently has synesthesia. How about
Okay.
that? Billy Joel, Billie Eilish, bunch of composers. The drummer from the Grateful Dead, but they see a lot of colors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lane, right? Lane
Yep.
Lemmings. I have synesthesia. Songs have taste. Most colors have numbers associated. What? Songs have taste. Most colors have numbers associated, and certain words have a funny taste. It was a crazy day when my whole school found out. Everyone was asking me how they taste.
I don't know. They're losing
and
me
certain
here.
words like
I'm down with frequency,
banana,
but they're
and you're
losing
like,
me
oh,
with
that's
taste.
a taste. That's
Mhm.
yeah. I don't know. Songs have taste.
I guess if you mentioned food and said the word, I could probably taste.
Cheeseburger in Paradise, for instance. That song.
I could taste a burger when you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Lane would be like, no, actually, that song tastes like a lemon. It's
yeah.
That's why it's hard for her to.
What do you think about that, though? A word
I
having
think-
a taste.
I don't even think I understand what's going on. So, yeah, it seems like
Mhm.
I think it's like most colors have numbers. Songs have taste. It's probably something that makes the most sense to her, and then someone else is like, well, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what you're talking about.
But Aaron, would two people with synesthesia have the same taste or the same color?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Mhm.
Just whatever comes.
It's just how they process it in their brain.
Well, it's
Yeah.
probably hard to find two people that could make up this.
It's not.
I'm sure they talk beforehand. They do.
Uh,
Aaron, what about game time?
I love game time, dude. Y'all know me. I love two things. I love going to concerts. I love going to sporting events. Game time has made getting into these events even easier. A lot of times I don't know I want to, I have the night off and it's kind of last minute for me. So they have this new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for concerts and events even easier. They filter out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. It's so easy. Find an upcoming concert, browse through the seats on Game Time, and find the best deals for you. The coolest part is I'm on the app right here, and I'm like looking at a game that's coming up, and all the seats that are available. They have the seat view on here, so you can see exactly what that seat's going to look like.
Oh, that's nice.
So you're not going to walk into something and be like, these are terrible seats.
That's a good seat
that's
right
a
there.
good
ahead
feature.
of time. Very cool. And with college football coming up, I'm going to be using Game Time a lot. I'm not going to see my newborn kid at all.
Mm-hmm. It's game time, baby.
That's right. It's game time. Game Time also offers ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry, with 24-hour returns, guaranteed job loss assurance, and on-time ticket delivery. Listen, take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code NATE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code NATE for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Yeah,
all right.
That's what I'm talking about.
no nonsense.
Yeah.
No, I don't mess
This
around.
guy's the best ad reader
I don't
in
mess
town.
around. Dude.
He's real good, man.
Who's who you go out to? Tracy Nichols. I'm surprised no one brought up the dress controversy of 2015, where millions of people debated whether the dress in a social media pic was black and blue or white and gold. I still only see white and gold, but apparently the true colors are black and blue. Well, it's like the one on the right looks black and blue, but then the one on the left looks white and gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that took
Yeah.
the world by storm, though.
This
that
was kind of when social media was
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun and
Yeah.
new, and everybody's, and it's kind of just, yeah. It now I think it's like, when you see something like this, you're like, I can't get involved in.
Yeah, it all feels like a trick now.
Yeah.
Every time something like
It
this
does.
is going, it's like, this is a trick. There's something going on somewhere else, and they're distracting me from it with this thing.
It's as a plat, like it's you get all these ideas, and you're just it's so hard to follow
Mm-hmm.
people that like.
Aaron, do you know the science behind it?
Mm.
Why we see it differently?
No.
Okay, I mean, I was really asking.
No.
I,
Oh,
I saw the headline said.
Oh, I thought you were about the. I always thought it was blue and black.
Did you?
You see blue and black right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too.
You
see
this
white
right
and
here,
gold.
you see blue and
I
black?
definitely
Yeah.
see blue.
Yeah. What do you see?
I see white and gold
I see white and
100%.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. I see
Yeah.
blue and black 100%.
I think I see blue. I see.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see white and
See?
gold.
See, it was fun.
Yeah,
It is fun.
It was a
Uh-huh.
good time.
Wow. I mean, I see white and go 100%.
Yeah.
I do now. I saw blue.
I don't even see
Focus
blue.
hard
I don't
I
even
think
know
you
how
guys-
you could get blue out of this.
Maybe your eyes haven't developed to see blue yet.
Maybe, or maybe, you know,
Have to evolve.
I'm just
I'm
seeing
better
gold out here.
evolved.
Sarah, I 100% agree with Dusty about the elusive narwhals.
Mhm.
I am 49 and never heard anything about these animals until about 5 years ago. All the video footage is the same set of clips over and over, but the craziest thing is that there has never been a narwhal that has been kept in captivity. Sounds very suspicious to me.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate
I
you,
like it.
Sarah.
I agree with that.
appreciate you, Sarah.
If there's none in captivity.
I looked that up. That's true.
We don't have a giant squid in captivity. You know, those are real.
But you've seen squids. And so you're just like, well, there's a big one.
So some people think there aren't.
They don't have a
narwhals.
blue whale.
Does-
I
Dusty.
just like I was big into animals growing up, and I had all these things. I was always looking up animals, and then I'm reading my daughter books, and they're just filled with this animal, the narwhal, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this?
My friend lives in Norwalk, which I think is in Ohio, and it's like that's their
That's their thing. Huh?
That's
Yeah.
their city
That's where
animal.
they made
Yeah,
them
that-
up.
yeah.
Yeah, I just.
But that I get the point that they goes like every clip looks like this same clip.
Mhm.
So like we went this animal that's the craziest animal I've ever seen. We went and filmed it for about 2 hours and we've never gone back up. Like he never like that's the point that he's making is that it's
I think we're keeping an eye on it.
yeah, but I mean that's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It is wild. Somebody brought me a toy narwhal for the baby this weekend.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty
Oh,
fun. I
wow.
mean, like the day after the episode aired, so it was pretty quick.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, look at that.
Sounds
yeah.
safe for kids. Big sharp horn on
Thank
it.
goodness. Yeah. Yeah.
It's plush, but yeah.
They're
Steak knife going on.
yeah. Well, the plush does make more sense. I thought the same thing. I don't know
Yeah.
how safe that is. For
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're just lucky they're in the water because moving, if they had to get
Mm.
around, imagine, man, that's on a land animal.
Yeah, you
It's
can't,
like a dog trying to get a bone out of a door.
can't turn away in a
stick out of
hallway.
Be a lot of
Stick too wide.
manslaughter.
Yeah, a
Like,
lot
Yeah.
of stuck.
unintentionally
stuff.
killing other animals.
Yeah.
Apparently the males are the ones with the horns.
Nate Hersett, fellow Nate. It was glossed over pretty quickly, but Aaron said that unicorns fly. My daughters were very quick to point out that unicorns do not fly. If a unicorn has wings,
Mm.
it's called an alicorn.
Oh.
Oh.
I was
Goddamn.
probably thinking of a Pegasus. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I get
said
my
Pegasus.
fictional animals wrong. You know?
What's a
I think
Pegasus?
easily a
don't
unicorn
know.
could be
The
real.
MTSU Blue Raiders mascot,
Yeah. It's a
Who?
wing,
Oh,
a
really?
winged
Middle
horse,
Tennessee
right?
State?
Yeah.
They're the Pegasi?
or the Blue Raiders, but
Middle Tennessee State.
If the
Pegasus.
narwhal's real, a horse with a horn could be real too.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's why I brought it
Well,
up.
but I mean, there's no horse with a horn
Well,
on
you
Nat
gotta-
Geo.
I feel like
exactly.
you're really
There's-
defensive with
there's no
these
video.
these girls that are just pointed out something.
I'm more annoyed with Nate. You know, his daughters get a pass, but come on.
No, his daughters was just making, but it's a good point. And you're like, well, I think I was talking about you said something that they didn't even say.
No. I was saying I agree with Dusty. That's why I brought it up. But
I
I had
agree
it
with the
wrong. I had it
dogs.
wrong, dude. I had it
Yeah.
wrong. No, I agree with them too.
I've never heard of alicorn.
Neither
I
have
never heard of
Neither have
alicorn
I.
either. I think that's made
I
up.
was thinking of a Pegasus.
Well,
Me neither.
you think those little girls made it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
They're
there's
liars, too.
textbooks made it
I
up.
agree with them.
they're like Spencer.
Emily Osborne. Regular Skittles have 5 colors, but they all have the same taste formula. It's cheaper to add fragrance and colors to each candy than it is to add 5 different flavors. Your olfactory.
Olfactory.
Your olfactory. Oh, is that your olfactory
Factory.
senses? Is there an olfactory?
Yeah, it's in
It's
smell.
old spaghetti factory.
Your olfactory senses trick you into thinking you're tasting something, but you actually aren't. If you close your eyes and plug your nose, they all taste the same.
The olfactory sense, also known as the sense of smell.
Is that how you eat Skittles? Close your eyes and plug your nose, take the fun out of it. He goes, look how much you like. I'm sorry, can you imagine just eating Skittles and you're like, man, enjoy them a little bit.
Yeah.
He goes, nah, I just got to get them down.
Man, back when I sold the
Brought in a bag.
All
Did you really? Oh, I love
Oh.
it. I love it.
King
Anyway.
size. Does anybody want to try? Share size. You wanna
I'd
try
like
some?
to see if I could tell the difference between two colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Pick some colors out and don't tell Dusty what they
All
are.
right.
Well, that's a perfect segue in today's subject. We're doing the senses. Last week, Greg, we did vision.
Are your eyes closed, Dusty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this. Can we do this experiment real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah. Today we're doing
You
taste.
see that on the camera? You see what color this is? Dusty, you don't see what color.
Red.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say
All
it?
right, there you go. Eat it.
Uh,
Let me
Oh,
know.
Is this really
Purple.
a Skittles? Though?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not-
it's a Skittle.
It's not
Green.
poop.
No.
Yeah.
We pooped real fast.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think that is?
I think it's yellow.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. I'm going to do one more. Okay. See what color that is? All right. Try that out, Dusty.
Now, you probably got to take a swig of something.
No.
Yeah.
Cleanse the palate.
Reset the.
Yeah.
It's like a wine taster.
How about that one?
This one's red.
No. you got them both wrong. There's a green one and a yellow one.
The
Oh,
green I could see. What I said was yellow. I could see that being green, but the other one I couldn't see it being
Now
yellow.
you're supposed to hold your nose to see if they all taste the same,
They didn't taste the same to me.
but
Wow.
you could smell them.
I'm saying like yellow could be lemon, green could be lime, and they're still both citrusy.
Mm,
That's a
You know what I
nice package of Skittles.
I think
Yeah,
I
I go
should
all
have.
out.
it is a good bag.
I
Branding's
should have
good
known
on that,
what
too.
colors were in there going
Skittles
into
are
it.
really good, man.
Yeah. Would you have acquired Skittles P&G?
we weren't in the candy business. We had Hawaiian Punch though, and
Oh, Hawaiian Punch was my favorite as a kid.
that's good, man. I could have hooked you up back then, but we had
1991.
Yeah.
91.
Been weird, dude.
It
Yeah,
had to have
it's
been
nine.
nine. Nine was
38-year-old going, hey, little boy, I can give you some Hawaiian punch.
9 was peak Hawaiian Punch years for me. 9
yeah.
was,
Well,
I would have drank it from a 30.
we got whooped bad by High C. High C just
High C dominated.
because
for a
High C
while.
had all the flavors. We only
Yeah.
had red, so we decided we're going to come out with all these other. It's called HP colors, and we were going to have all these different. We had like
Sounds like a printer.
red, yeah. We had like we had like 5 different colors, but they were all Hawaiian Punch. Like,
Hawaiian Punch
they're all the same
was
thing.
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
far superior to High C.
But Hawaiian
Uh,
Punch should have probably just stayed in their lane and said,
Mhm.
we just only do this one thing.
Oh, we
We're
got
Hawaiian Punch."
forced back on our lane real quick.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what each and the thing is High C goes, no, we do everything. You're like, you're actually 2 different drinks.
Yeah, the problem is though when you walk to the shelf, Hawaiian Punch gets lost. You can't even find it basically because there's
But you're such
80
a-
different
yeah.
flavors of High C.
But you're really going after someone that wants the taste of Hawaiian Punch.
It's not enough.
Hawaiian Punch and
I'm
Yoo-hoo,
just-
that was all
well,
I wanted.
Back
And also
yourself-
High C, man, they were
were
kind of dirtbag sales techniques like Dusty. Like
Mhm. Yeah.
like we've established earlier on the
Yeah.
podcast. Like they were doing all kinds
I would have
of
hid the
garbage.
Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah, they did do that stuff.
Yeah, I would have
they-
pushed it back
yeah.
and made an extra facing of
Dirtbag
High
tactics.
C.
Yeah, the dirtbag tactics. Yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't honorable.
Listen to this. Hawaiian Punch started as an ice cream topping. And then customers discovered if you mixed it with water, it tasted pretty good to drink. So they pivoted. Isn't that
Really?
crazy?
Did your Dr. Pepper is who owned it?
Keurig Dr. Pepper owns it now.
Does he own Keurig too?
Keurig Dr. Pepper, yeah.
Does he own Keurig the coffee? Isn't that
Yeah.
called Keurig?
Yeah.
Who's he? Dr.
You would think he would
Mr. Pepper?
I thought that was a guy's name.
Doctor, I believe I've earned that title.
I thought the guy's name was Keurig Dr. Pepper, and I was like, man, that worked out great. Like, that's
killing it.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Mr. Keurig Dr. Pepper. I go, this guy's out of his mind. He goes,
Yeah.
his name. He's like, I'll just call everything me. Like, he goes, if there's a drink called Nate, and then I've never Bargatze's my other thing, that you're like, yeah, that's a dish.
It was Dr. Pepper / 7-Up. And then they became Dr. Pepper Snapple. And then Keurig merged with Dr. Pepper Snapple. Now it's Keurig Dr. Pepper.
You should keep the doctor first, though.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's what got you.
I think Keurig's big.
But I'm just saying, just for the sake of the name, you're leading
Keurig
with
is
doctor.
so big, man.
They have over 125 beverages.
Or
And
maybe Keurig Pepper MD. You know what I mean?
That's
That's what he puts on his business card.
there you go, man.
Yeah.
That is
But isn't Dr. Pepper?
that's thinking like a comedian right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
That is
that'll
good.
sell out 3 shows at the Houston Improv.
That's Dr. Pepper. It is. They're their own company, right?
Keurig Dr. Pepper, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When they
Publicly
merged with
traded
when they
company.
merged with 7-Up, that was a big deal.
What about Mars buying?
They were the
Pringles?
first ones to have those plastic,
What did you when
bottles.
you heard that news? Where were you at that day? You heard the news that Dr. Pepper and
I was
7-Up
I was
merged?
working in Texas in '91.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was it 91?
Yeah, it was around. I know I was working for the company.
Yeah. Do you
and-
remember the day?
No.
You remember when you got the news?
You remember
though.
you got the news?
Yeah, but we
sit-
were
better
we
sit
were
down,
on the
Greg.
outside of the.
Were you like, what? You go, are we?
It's not as. I mean, we were not in the soda business.
Yeah.
But were you someone that would act like you go, I saw this coming?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
and I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. But I
Did it.
tried to. I felt
Yeah.
like.
You go, they've been
I had
talking
just
for
turned 4
years.
years old.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah.
It's the only way they can survive. I mean, you
Yeah.
got big Pepsi here, big Coke here. We got to join forces.
Yeah.
Dude, they're going to put us both.
7-Up was really kind of like going nowhere.
Dude. I mean,
Mm.
people. I was alive when 7-Up, when Sprite wasn't around.
I-
I
yeah,
remember
I
when
was
Sprite
too.
came out, and I was like, well, "This is better. This is
Yeah.
better than."
Yeah.
And Pepsi still has not come up with an answer to Sprite. They tried Slice. They tried. Now it's Starry. I think.
Starry.
Starry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was the one in between?
Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist.
Sierra
I mean,
Mist is good.
it's
Well,
not.
It's Starry now. It became Starry.
Yeah, but it's not.
Oh.
I don't think it's Sprite like.
It's pretty
Starry.
weak. It's pretty weak.
Starry is 7-Up, I guess.
No,
Or-
Sierra
Mist. it's
Sierra
Pepsi.
Mist. Oh, it's Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah. So
Who has? Oh, 7-Up is still with Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper.
I think so.
Keurig?
But
Keurig.
7-Up, I bet you is way behind Sprite.
Heads
now.
up, 7-Up.
Oh yeah, I would think so. Yeah, Sprite is everything. Starry. Wait, is Starry is
Sierra Mist became Starry.
and Sierra Mist was an answer to 7-Up, or
It was an answer to Sprite,
from Pepsi.
but there was a Slice before that.
yeah.
That was pretty good.
Oh, the orange. Yeah, was it orange or is
They had orange Slice, but it
Yeah.
started as just a yellow Slice.
yeah.
and it was the Slice was awful good. I
Yeah.
Wow, 1984.
mean, tell me that's not going right at
Mhm.
Sprite.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a rip off of the logo.
Yeah.
That's a solid logo, though.
It is a nice logo.
Mhm.
All right,
Slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'd call it.
So we're doing taste.
we're doing taste. Nate, there's 5 different types of taste. Main ones. Can you name them?
Tongue.
Oh, let me get you started.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh,
Well, now you
sweet.
gave it away.
Well, that's one.
Well,
of
that's
five.
one of. I don't think I get
Spicy.
the
Sweet, spicy,
Sour.
tangy,
Sour.
sour,
Oh, yeah.
chocolatey.
I think sweet, spicy, sour for sure.
Those three.
That's what I'm. And then
Tart,
savory,
Savory.
bitter.
bitter.
bitter. Ooh.
Yeah.
Sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami.
That's savory.
That's the
Savory.
You mommy.
Umami is savory.
the appetizer at a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah,
Mhm.
savory.
We'll take
Umami
some
is the stuff
umami.
that isn't it that monoglutamate MSG. There you go.
MSG. I thought that was
Madison Square
Madison
Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had
we
not heard of
so
that.
we got it then.
I guess so. And then there's some other, like the 6th one is pungency, which is hotness.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like temperature or spice.
I think spice.
Okay.
Now, do you remember in school, Greg, but anybody, but mainly us, a map of the tongue and where
Yeah.
the taste map?
I didn't pay attention, but yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out that was false.
What?
Wasn't accurate.
Mm.
They used to show, do you guys
It was
remember
the
this?
It was the best we knew.
It seems like something we could have figured out pretty quickly on that one. The front of the tongue was supposed to be where sweetness is,
Yeah.
sour, different places like that. It's inaccurate. It was taught in schools for years, and finally somebody was like, you know what? I can taste anywhere in my mouth.
It was a thing the RAF was doing to try to fool Hitler.
Yeah.
In 1974, Virginia Collings investigated the topic again and confirmed. It's so funny. There's been all kinds of back and forth about this
Mhm.
thing that means nothing to me.
I would have thought that would have meant the most to you.
Not like you know where
Alright.
to put stuff.
I can't think of anything that would matter more.
He goes, I'll take this bubble gum. You go, what does it taste like? Well, I need to know where to put it. Does it need to be in the back of my tongue? I like to light my senses on fire.
Aaron, you want to tell us about Rocket Money?
I do want to talk about Rocket Money. Most Americans think they spend $62 a month on subscription. Well, most Americans are morons because the real number is closer to $300. That's literally thousands of dollars a year, half of which we've probably forgotten about. Thankfully, I use Rocket Money. They found a bunch of subscriptions, things I signed up for, free trials I never canceled. We were paying for 2 TV subscriptions. Insane. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. I love the dashboard. It'll show your month's spending compared to last month. You can track your spending habits all in one place. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Nate. That is rocketmoney.com/Nate. rocketmoney.com/Nate.
Solid ad read.
That was a good ad read. My buddy Sean O'Brien is a comic, and he thinks Aaron's the greatest ad reader in history. He's a big fan of the podcast.
Hates my comedy.
No, he loves your comedy too. He thinks you guys are all great. But I said something. I don't know. We were in the car going to gig.
He knows you're a comedian.
I go, man. Dusty's pretty good when he reads those ads. And he's like, Dusty's nothing, man. Aaron.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Attaboy, Sean.
Yeah.
Let's start doing ad reads in your show. Like mid-show go.
Yeah.
Just start an ad read.
You might have just. I guarantee you there's some agent out there right now who's like, I think we just found a way to make some money off of this comedian.
I do come up
You
with
do
ideas
mainly
like
ad reads.
You looking to get the word out to 75 people?
Yeah.
I got you, dude.
That's good.
Now, Greg, when they roll out new products, new foods, they want to test the taste.
Yeah.
There's the test market capital of the United States.
Used to be Peoria.
Okay.
Now it's these IRI. There's a company called IRI, and they have these controlled test markets. Pittsfield, Mass is one I know.
I lost
What about,
I lost $500 in Pittsfield, Mass.
Did you?
Yeah.
Casino?
Addison.
No, just in my pocket.
Addison, Texas was a. I've missed the first part of it. To be honest
I
with you,
figured everything I read said Columbus, Ohio was the test market capital.
but for chain restaurants.
No, for like new products.
No, I know they've done that, but I think it's I think that's a misnomer. I mean, I've been out of the business for a while, but there's a company called IRI that all these companies subscribe to, and they have like these tiny towns that they're very, very controlled. Everything in the whole place is controlled. So the controlled test market is there.
If you're like, you've been out of the business for a while, but why can't you let it go?
Well, I've explained this to you before, Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
You ever heard somebody in the Marines say, once a Marine,
yeah,
always?
that is true.
That guy fought the Germans or whatever for 4 years.
Yeah.
I fought Skippy for 10.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm not
hard.
just going to put it away.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
part
true.
of my life. It's
Yeah.
who I am, you know?
Yeah.
You have
I
the
get it.
scars, dude.
That makes
You have the
sense.
scars.
Yeah.
to
Am
prove
I
it.
up to date on every little thing? No, but it's still part of me.
Ballpark. You get the magazine, you flip through it.
Yeah. I mean, if I walk in the store, I can kind of read the shelf and tell you what's going on.
Yeah, I need to go. I want to walk in the store with you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's I don't forget where I was.
Mhm.
You know?
That's a good.
I
thing.
just showed my wife some pesticide stuff yesterday in a Lowe's. So I get
Yeah.
She's
Game changed?
Well, you know what? Some people walked up while we were on the aisle. They recognized me from comedy.
Yeah.
And then they were saying they were looking for some bug
pesticide.
killer. And I started telling them some stuff.
Yeah.
And then they weren't going to buy what I was telling them. And I started to get the old frustration that I used to get where it was like, I wanted to be like, well, I just told you what's in this. And I told you what you're looking for. And now you're not going to buy it. But I had to walk away because I was like, I don't do that anymore. You know, I don't do that job.
See, yeah, you're not supposed to bully people, man.
Yeah, I think that's a.
But
It's how they want to meet Dusty though.
Mm-hmm.
Is like they want to meet Dusty.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to leave, and he's pretty frustrated with you.
Yeah.
And that's how all of the interactions are with. See, that's what you pay for.
Yeah.
You pay for to go like that guy. I think was upset, and it's not even about you saying hi or anything.
No, you gave them. The only problem is they'll never buy a ticket to your show again because they'll be like, it's nothing's gonna be.
See, I disagree. I think they will.
Oh, you think?
Because I think that's what they want. They want the interaction is like, well, how did it end?
But he's saying nothing will top it.
No, I'm saying nothing.
Oh.
Nothing will be as good as what they got at the show.
Oh, okay.
They're like,
They got
man,
their own show.
He's just preparing.
It's
this
like if you
material."
run into Larry David arguing with the cashier, you're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. I had a guy this weekend who worked for a pest control company. He gave me a hat of his, a different company. He said, "Tell Dusty that stuff he used to peddle is garbage, dude."
Oh,
and
please.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
You're not gonna
please.
take that.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't
Hey,
like
say it
the
to your
company
face.
that I worked for, but the products were good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, a couple examples of some taste testing that didn't work out. They tried all these test markets. New Coke.
Yeah.
New Coke, everyone said this is great because it was sweeter. But what they were only sipping. Once it went into the whole can, it was too sweet. People couldn't handle it. That's why it backfired on them.
Yeah, and that was in response to the responsive to the Pepsi challenge, right?
That's
Because
right.
Pepsi they only give you this much soda. And when you would, like I did the Pepsi challenge, they were at fairs and stuff. When you go there, if you're only having this much, people almost always pick Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having a lot more, they might pick Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And Coke kept losing the Pepsi challenge.
Right.
And we're going to go to New Coke.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "What are you doing, man?"
That's funny. I never even thought about that, but that makes sense. Like I like Pepsi, but I get it. I've been drinking a lot of Coke Zeros, which is a little more probably Pepsi-ish kind of a direction. You don't think so?
Why? I don't even know what that means.
I think it's a little sweeter. I think Coke Zero's got an in between Diet Coke's like.
Yeah.
Here's what we're doing.
Uh-huh.
All right, they roll your sleeves up. Welcome to Diet Coke.
Are you? And you guys.
And Diet Pepsi's like, woo, we're fun and new. And Coke Zero's kind of like, all right, what if we? It's a new time.
Yeah.
2024. We're not acting like it's 1975.
Yeah.
Here's in the middle. And I think Coke Zero's that.
It's a good compromise.
A good answer for,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll be in different moods. Sometimes you want, I want a nice, and I love soda. People don't want you to drink it.
It's so good.
But I love it so much.
There's nothing better than
there isn't. There really isn't. I mean, and I do pretty good with, we have the miniature Diet Pepsis bottles at our house. And I will, when I eat, like this morning I had eggs. Oh man, for breakfast, dude. I love it.
Eggs are delicious.
Yeah.
Eggs and Diet Pepsi?
Eggs. I don't like scrambled eggs. I like fried eggs. Scrambled eggs I don't like. I like a fried egg. But I had Diet Pepsi, but I'll drink a little bit of it, just some sweet, not pound it. And then I might have got the whole one today though.
Well, it'd be weird to take it like a shot.
I drink it like the first little half, then I leave it in the refrigerator.
Okay, yeah.
And then like later on, I might drink it some more, and
you savor it.
Yeah. But the problem too is the thing that I mess up on is
Diet Pepsi. You just down it like it's medicine.
Yeah. But I'll go when I go out. Like I had a Diet Coke at lunch today.
Could you tell the difference between Diet Pepsi, like in a bottle or a can or a fountain drink?
I think so.
Yeah. Fountain drinks. Unless McDonald's does their fountain drinks so well, McDonald's Coke is better than any Coke out there. Because they clean those machines, and I think they put a little more sugar in there. But
no, they're Diet Coke.
You think they're really getting in there cleaning them?
Yes,
McDonald's. They're known for that.
Yeah, and they spend a lot of money on the delivery system.
And they have an exclusive deal with Coca-Cola. I just saw a video about this where they send the syrup in metal containers as opposed to plastic bags. And they're the only place that does that.
Really?
Yeah, because of the quantity that they order from Coca-Cola. So that probably plays a part.
It's got to make sense because normally, man, I try to ration my soda. And I'll go to the club sometimes and I'll be like, and I'll just be like, no, I'm going to get a bottle. Because almost all the time at a bar or a comedy club.
Out the gun.
The fountain, the stuff out of the gun is not good.
Yeah, it's gross.
I love a fountain soda. That's my favorite.
I love it in
Behind the-
theory, but it's
Maybe
awful.
at
almost
maybe
everywhere.
at
I think
McDonald's.
comedy clubs do not have great.
No,
fountains.
it tastes like
I
soap.
like, but that's because it's like I feel like some places still use RC or they have something weird like that.
Yeah.
But I will take a fountain drink over a bottle or can every day of the week.
Movie theaters seem to
Anywhere.
do a good job. With
Movie
it.
theaters do anywhere. Firehouse Subs, they got the thing you get to pick whatever you want.
Oh, that's a cool.
Yeah,
machine.
the Coke
Yeah.
machine.
You don't like a can. I like a good canned Coke.
I like a
Nah.
good canned Coke too, but
20-ounce bottle, and I drink, and I'm a wasteful. I did it before I got here. I buy a 20-ounce bottle, have like drink to where the label is, and I'm like, I can't anymore, and I usually wind up throwing it out.
You know who David Spade brings his own bottle to a restaurant.
Really?
They have a bottle of Diet Coke.
Wow.
Or like
A
but
2 liter?
I don't know, no, they're just like I think if he goes to a lot, I think if he goes out to eat, it's like but he'll have a Diet Coke. It's always in a bottle, and it's I think it's like if like his local places that he goes to.
20-ounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that Dr. Pepper was the first one to have. They own that. They had a patent on that package for a while, where it's like if everything those 20-ounce things used to be glass, and then Dr. Pepper for a while had that PET plastic, and everybody was like, "This is great," and then I think the patent ran out or something.
Yeah.
All right, Nate. Let's see if you can tell the difference between the different Diet Pepsis.
All right.
We've prepared here. We've got a can, 2-liter, fountain, and a small bottle of all Diet Pepsi. And I guess
liter. Okay.
2
All
liter.
right.
number
I
one.
love this.
I wasn't getting a lot out of that. Can I push
It's-
the straw down?
Probably should have tried this.
It's a
before.
long straw. It's a long straw.
If you're listening in the car, you should probably stop. If you're listening, he's drinking through a straw for each one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get down in there.
I think 4 is fountain. What is it? Bottle, can, fountain.
A small bottle like you have, a 2 liter, a can, and then the fountain drink.
Man, the
I would say
pressure.
fountain on the left. 4 is fountain.
Okay.
And then bottle.
Suspense is killing me. This is like riveting television.
Yeah.
So that's 4 is fountain. 1 is bottle. And then one's a 20-ounce bottle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
One's a can. I would say
it's
I don't
12
know,
ounce.
Yeah, two is the can, and 3 is whatever's left.
Well, I have a view here. Do you want me to reveal?
Yeah.
You only got the fountain right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That one, you knew that right away, too.
Man,
Yeah.
but
It was
you-
right after you drank the fountain. You were like, that's the fountain
I
drink.
think I can tell from here.
I don't think it's fair to have 2 bottles, though. I don't think the 2
Yeah.
liter and the small bottle are going to taste different.
You almost said that.
3 can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, three's a small, one of the small cans.
Yeah. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. They just feel different, huh?
One's not the big bottle.
No,
No.
It's a 20-ounce.
It's not even a 20 ounce.
it's a
smaller
12.
than
I
that.
think. I think it's a 12.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
You nailed the fountain,
fountain drink right
Yeah,
away.
fountain right
immediately.
away. Yeah.
I think that's the real takeaway here. The fountain drink is the superior
It's
one.
distinct.
It's
Yeah.
probably the worst. It's probably the worst tasting Diet Pepsi. the
Which
fountain.
one was the worst tasting?
My least favorite of that would be the big bottle of Diet Pepsi.
Yeah. Okay. The
That's
2
the one
liter.
I don't want the most. The
Now
other ones I would like, but I would lean to fountain at a gas station.
Yeah.
Fountain gas station.
A gas
Yeah.
station fountain drink is
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
Now we're putting Greg to the test here now.
because this was so riveting.
You sure you want to do this, man?
Huh?
They put a lot of pressure. I mean, This is just a little thing that you did. I based my whole comedy career on peanut butter.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of money on a special, and if I blow this, then we're done. I mean, the special.
true.
Yeah.
Let's say if you get it wrong, we cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll only air this if you look good in the end.
Now, if you don't know, Greg is a famous Jif peanut butter salesman.
Yeah.
He does it.
Probably the most famous. It would say Jif than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. I can't name another.
Yeah.
And he stands behind his product. And
I do.
We're about to find out if he can tell the
Do
difference.
you think you could tell the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't even know what they are.
Yeah. So what are the, wait,
Well-
I think you have to tell them.
Tell them the
So
three.
it's got the 3.
What the 3 is?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw something out of the corner of my eye when I walked in.
Yeah.
Abigail yelled at me. But
Yeah.
You don't even have Jif.
Hold on. All right. Yes. So the 3 peanut
You have
butters.
diabetes peanut butter.
Yeah.
You have hippie peanut butter, and you have garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is, it is. We don't have regular Jif.
Sunflower
We have
butter.
Simply Jif. This
What's
is
Simply Jif?
It's
Garbage, you said?
No, I
It's
did not
just
say
not-
that at all. I said Peter Pan was garbage.
Oh, okay.
It's
Peter
it's
Pan,
it's a
creamy,
diabetic peanut butter. It's
creamy
Oh, that's
Peter
why I got it.
Pan.
Sunflower
and then,
butter should be
sun
easy.
creamy sun butter. I've never even heard of sun butter.
That should be easy to identify.
Yeah.
Sunflower
Do you
butter.
know what sun butter is? I've
it's
never heard of
sunflower
it.
seeds smashed up.
I think
Oh.
I could do this.
Do you know sun butter?
It's what
You've heard of them?
It's for
Sunflower
kids without.
butter,
It's
yeah,
kids
it's
with
like-
peanut allergies.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They have a lot. Of
Yeah. I would. This is my life.
I would.
This is my life.
I'm
is-
gonna.
this
bet
is
right
a
now
perfect
That's probably.
I think you're gonna nail
Jif.
it.
Simply Jif. This is This is how my life
It's not
works
bad.
at home. But I want peanut butter, and they come.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when someone,
Simply Jif.
you're like, this is. They go, well, what's the difference?
Nate, it's
And you
not
go,
a bad product.
I'm not. I'm saying I want Jif. I'm saying I ask for Jif,
Uh-huh.
and then what is giving to me, this drives me nuts. Is someone gives me Simply Jif?
What
and
if
I
you
go,
say
I
to
didn't
them-
ask. I asked for Jif.
This is what you do. You go, you're like, just simply Jif, okay? Don't make it complicated.
Yeah.
You said simply Jif. Yeah.
And they walk in the door, and they go, well, I didn't know the difference. And then you're like,
And they did, didn't they?
they did. Well, that's when someone doesn't know products. Like, I'll say it with Coke. If someone goes, you have soda, and they go, yeah, and they're so removed from a soda world that they don't realize they don't. Like, if you go to a restaurant that it's like, no, we have soda, and you're like, no, we make it ourselves. You're like, then you don't have it.
Yeah.
So say I don't have it.
yeah.
You know what I mean. You know, don't. And so, like, this is like, you go somewhere and you're like, hey, go get me some peanut butter, and they come back with Simply Jif, and you're like, no, I said peanut butter. Like, so don't.
Yeah, I don't have an issue.
Yeah, I don't want. I want what you think peanut butter is, and I know you don't think it's Simply Jif.
It's not a bad product, man. It's not.
It's a great product. I'm not talking about the product. I'm talking about the idea that, you know, when someone misbuys something.
Yeah, yeah.
You-
But do you think they're misbuying it, or they're like, "Hey, Nate, you need to cut down on your sugar"?
I think a lot of times the main product will be sold out, and so someone that does not.
Well, then
you're sending someone that doesn't know.
That
'Cause
just
you-
burns me up, man.
I know.
Out of stocks are inexcusable, especially on something like an 18-ounce Jif. That is inexcusable.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happened.
Shows us the best
bought
product,
this?
though.
I did.
yeah.
Or they got a bad rep.
Where'd you go?
Publix.
They got a bad rep.
They had larger size. I didn't know how we were gonna do it. So I thought if we take the labels off.
Publix had a problem with Procter and Gamble a while ago, man. I don't think this is part of that, though.
I don't know.
But they did.
But you're
They had-
stalling. Can you do this or
Yeah,
not?
no, I'll do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. What do we got? So this is number 3 that you're trying.
That's not sun butter. I know that.
Okay, so that's peanut butter.
That's peanut butter.
Trying the second one here.
I got one. We got is just its own thing. You go, all right. So we got 2 peanut butters and grape jelly. Can you tell the difference?
That's Peter Pan. That's Simply Jif. This is garbage. Sun butter.
Yeah.
Hippie
What's
food.
the number there?
2 is
Simply Jif.
Simply Jif. 3 is
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, and 1
is
is
sun
sun butter.
You're correct.
All
All
right.
right.
Zero hesitation on that.
I like that.
Yeah.
This guy knows his
I
stuff.
love it.
Greg, let me ask you this, though, if you don't mind. You ever hear of the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Well, there's people out there that believe that Jif used to be Jiffy and through the Mandela effect was changed to Jif.
Let me tell you something about Jiffy. Jiffy, and that bothers me as much as anybody, as anything, is people calling Jiffy.
Yeah.
And I heard you sold Jiffy. No, I didn't. You want Jiffy? You can. That's stovetop popcorn is what that is.
An oil change
corn
place.
muffins and oil changes. Yeah. Go get an oil. Yeah, it's Jif.
So it never was Jiffy.
It was never Jiffy. And matter of fact, I remember.
You could just clear up some Mandela effect for us today.
Yeah, I remember one time the grocery store actually wrote on the tag. You know the little tags on there. They had Jiffy on the tag. And I could do nothing about it because that was a customer.
Now, Pringles has 160 different. Where does this fall on the taste?
We've talked about
There's
this.
pizza Pringles.
We talked about this. Came in at number 5.
On the flavor lineup,
and nobody saw that coming except for my friend Gene Williams. This came out with salt and vinegar. Okay. And everybody's like, this would be just probably be out of the game in 3 years. And salt and vinegar, now that's a player. Quite the opposite. This was a player right away.
Yeah.
This tastes like pizza?
Yeah, it's kids. It was kids. Kids love it. They still do. My nephews eat this stuff all the time, man.
Let me take one of those.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, that's a good. I'll tell you what,
that's a
man,
good product.
Nate. This Simply Jeff it's good, man.
Yeah,
it's
It-
good.
you know, it's
Again, you're missing the point. I'm not against this Simply Jif.
no, I know,
It's
man.
against a lot of times that happens. That's where I get a lot of times I can tell when someone you weren't thinking about me or what this thing was at all.
Yeah, don't bring me the diet product.
Yeah. Like sometimes when someone's like, I'll go, like you'd be like, well, I'll just go get it. I'll just leave and go get it.
Mhm.
And they're like,
Get
no,
some
no,
bread.
I'll get it. And you go, are you gonna put any are you aware that there's other kinds? That's what and then you seem
And
crazy. Then you're like, well, you're being difficult. You're like, no, this isn't 1948.
And if you're trying
where
to
there's
sell it,
two
if
things.
you're trying to sell you on it, get 2 cans. Get the regular Jif and the Simply Jif. And then that way you can choose.
Bates, when you said they're out of stock
Right?
on
I agree.
regular
You
Jif,
get one more of
were
those
they out of
Pringles,
stock on
though.
creamy
I
and
don't eat
crunchy?
stuff like that, but that's delicious.
No, but I was trying to get them all.
Get them all creamy because
Yeah,
it would have been
yeah.
easy for me to be like,
Couple of
Yeah.
Man, I've not had a Pringle in a long time.
yeah, man,
Yeah.
you got any bread?
Now, did you ever sell another thing that went bad? Lay's Wow Chips.
Okay, well that was us, believe it or not.
Yeah.
That was Alestra, okay, which was a fake fat, and we
You got to talk in the microphone.
sorry, man.
Golly.
I'm eating peanut butter.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a product called Olestra. The brand name was Olean. It was a
Yeah,
fake
dude.
fat. It was fake fat. It was supposed to be the future of our company. We bet big money on it, and it was such a big thing that we actually sold it to our competitor, Frito-Lay, so they could have fat-free Lays, and we had fat-free Pringles, and it had some negative effects. I think it was blown out of proportion, but it had a little bit of negative effects on your
Yeah.
yeah.
Gave people
on your-
colon
on your
cancer.
stomach.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good chip right there. I don't think it's potatoes, but that's good.
There's potatoes.
Yeah.
It's got some potato
There's
in there.
potato concentrate.
There's much
It's not
potatoes in
sliced
there
up.
as there are much pizzas in there.
I told you guys the thing with that, right?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
called, if you notice, these are they're crisps, not chips.
That's right.
Because they're not the norm. Yeah.
Because we came out in '68, we were killing it, and the government said, "Hey, you guys are made up of corn and soy and wheat and potatoes. You can't call yourselves potato chips. You have to call yourselves potato crisps." Actually, I'm not sure it was the government. I think it was the other chip companies
The
whining.
chip
Oh.
and
They were-
crisp doesn't really seem like the controversy there. It's the potato part that really seems like
There's
the issue.
potato in there, Dusty. That's it's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's just it's not all
I'm
potato.
not saying there's not some in there, but I'm just
Right.
saying if there's a word to change, it wouldn't be the chip or the
When we changed it, and people were like, "Yeah, well, we still like them." So,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
just
Well, now it's your own thing. You're
My
a
argument-
Pringle. You go, I want a Pringle.
I made this argument before. I was like, here, let me show you this.
You would go, I got chips and I got Pringles. That's how I would tell someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want?
For
The
sure.
government was basically saying, they're not 100% potatoes. And my point was, people were like, yeah, We kind of figured that when they were uniformly stacked on top of each other in the perfect shape of a horse saddle. Like we got that there might be something else in there, and we still like them. So back off.
I'm 100% against food like that, but I ate one of those chips and I'm like, this is so good. I've eaten 4 or 5 of them now, and
You want some more?
No, I'll regret it, but it's so
You'll
good.
be fine, man. These are
so tasty.
This is a great, and I'm telling you, you guys got kids. You got a kid coming. They're gonna love this. Man.
I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Yeah, when they go off to college and experience it on their own.
You don't want to have. You got to expose them.
Never seen
You gotta expose them. They're gonna go off.
Kids don't even know what a satellite on their house would look like.
They're gonna get off to college. And remember that guy?
What's DirecTV? Well, I'll tell you what it is. They're not allowed on the top of this house.
That's right.
That's right.
Remember that guy for the Raiders whose dad never let him have a hamburger or McDonald's once?
Are you trying to tell me a secret
Marinovich.
and not tell the audience?
Oh. I really didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
I was like, no, man, I'm saying it out loud, Nate.
Sorry. Give 2 seconds. Greg wants to go talk privately on the podcast.
I was doing well, but the peanut butter threw me, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, remember that guy, Todd Marinovich, where
Yeah.
his dad would never let him have, he never even touched McDonald's until he became, I think, a pro quarterback.
Yeah. And
Good dad.
and he was, that kid went like kind of spiraled out.
Yeah, he went off the deep end. That's
With
why I'm saying give
with
your kid a couple
McDonald's?
pizza
No,
Pringles.
with drugs.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But he was
Whoa.
like an athlete. That was like the top guy and
Mhm.
all this kind of stuff.
I like that though, that we blame the dad for his dad kept him from eating McDonald's, and then he's like a drug addict. We're like, see, gotta let him have
No,
some chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
No, I think there was probably some other
Gotta let him
strict
have some
behavior.
McNuggets,
yeah.
man.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm telling you guys, this Simply Jif is good.
Yeah. I'd like to try that sunflower butter there.
No,
you
you
didn't touch
don't.
that,
No,
right?
No, you don't want to try. You don't want to try that nonsense.
The
Yeah,
soup.
you got a little spoon there? You didn't
He
try
didn't
it.
even try
No,
the
I didn't
stuff
touch. Yeah, here you go, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Let me
didn't
give
touch
that a try.
Yeah, you get in there.
That is, I mean, out of us doing a taste test of peanut butters, this was not the best
The funniest
choices.
This is great. Dang.
Even it's a little soupy.
Yeah.
But see, this is supposed to be hippie, but it's got mono and diglycerides. And it's like,
Well, you gotta have that.
Oh, those are preservatives so that it has a good shelf life.
yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what they say.
Oh yeah, man. When everything goes down, seriously,
Yeah, you'll be glad those
and
are
we're in the
there.
bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be happy that we have some Jif with a little bit of preservatives in there
Yeah.
and Pringles.
I've been
you're
thinking
getting
about
crying
the-
about your preservatives. And then you get, boom, bombs are landing on top of you. Oh, are you sad that there's too many preservatives? in the-
All your crops die in the nuclear winter.
Yeah.
It's nothing to joke about, is it, Dustin?
Yeah, I've decided that if that happens, then I want to die in the bombs.
You're not going to go down.
You don't want to go under?
I don't want to go under. What happens if
What if the bomb goes off in LA, right? So we're not affected initially by the bomb itself, but there's a nuclear winter and all the crops die.
all our crops come from California?
Yeah, but we
Yeah, that's
start
what I'm
doing our own
saying. So you're not
crops.
going to die from the bomb itself. So what would you
Nah,
do?
I wouldn't want to die right away.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
man.
of course.
Dude, and you get down there in those bunkers for a while, man. They're gonna start booking comics right and left.
That's
It's
true.
gonna- yeah.
That's true. Truly underground comedy.
Yeah.
And,
How
will-
long you send your avails?
Yeah, I think there is no bunkers though. I feel like you are talking like we're all going to get sent out of bunker. I think you have to have your own bunker.
Yeah.
So
What?
there's not a system. Yeah, it goes like everybody's being promised some bunker. You're like, yeah, well, we'll be down. Like we're just like, yeah.
What are
Eventually,
you talking? I pay my taxes. There's no bunker.
yeah.
we'll all be the mole people. We'll
Yeah.
be underground.
Yeah, I think you have to have your own bunker.
I think
And,
rich people have them, and Dusty has it.
Well, I'll work on something.
Yeah, where it goes, you know where to go.
Yeah, I got a spot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dusty keeps alcohol in his house just to negotiate with people if it ever goes down.
That's true. But now you're giving that away. But,
well, I don't think those people are listening to this.
No.
that's true. That's true.
But you're saying, yeah, if they
Well, I mean, there's a lot of alcoholics out here.
Yeah.
So if suddenly
Yes.
the supply chain broke down and there was no liquor,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be pretty valuable.
It's like gold.
Yeah.
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 That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And you hand it out. Yeah. Do the peanut butter.
All right. Well, that was taste.
All right.
Good.
We solved some things today,
Yeah, that's
boys.
Yeah.
We still got
Man, I'm glad that worked out. I felt like my whole career was on the line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
You really
Yeah.
nailed
You
it,
did
though.
great.
You didn't even
You
go
did.
for the, because you can tell this is a runny kind of.
Yeah.
Well, we did you favors by just outlandish choices.
Well, Peter Pan.
Outlandish.
Let me ask you, when
Peter
you
Pan's
ate
your
that peanut
competitor.
butter, did you like it? The Peter Pan, did you like it?
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
here's for what
You
it
got through
is. If you put a GIF, if you went regular to regular, I think that the GIF is going to have a little bit. It's going to be slightly sweeter than that.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
it's got.
It's got a better peanut in it.
No, it's not jelly, but what's the other black thing?
Blackberry.
No, sticky.
Molasses.
It's got a little molasses in it, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think
Backstrap molasses.
blackstrap
I
molasses.
think it's backstrap.
It's black.
Is it black?
Pretty sure.
I thought it was back.
Yeah,
Backstrap.
I'm gonna say blackstrap. It's
Never
it's
heard
got
of
a
either.
yellow label on it. I know that.
And Blackstrap, you're right.
Mm.
Yeah. Wow.
That makes more
Mhm.
sense.
It's fun stuff, man.
Sorry, man. We
Yeah.
got off there a little bit.
This is not
If you
gonna
ever
be-
wanted to hear
Yeah.
a conversation when two men should go to bed on a rocking chair out on their porch and they should
Yeah.
call it a night, that's about where
Uh-huh.
he goes. I think we got to get up in the morning.
Mm.
podcast won't be to everyone's taste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh, like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was good.
Rocket money. All right. That's it. I'm in Moline this week. Moline, the Minnesota State Fair, and then Fargo. Also, the Nateland Aaron special shows might be all sold out.
All but one of them. Only a
all
few
but one.
tickets left. Yeah.
And then Nick Thune, 2 shows on Sunday. That's Sunday.
Mhm.
So come to that. Also check out the showcase Nateland. We're going to be doing some fun stuff in Nateland Entertainment. So we'll keep you posted and kind of keep you informed on what we're doing.
All right.
This Saturday, I'm in Atlanta at Vision Studios. So please, if you live in Atlanta, Georgia area, come to that. August 29th through 31st, I'm in St. Louis at the St. Charles
Yeah.
Funny Bone.
All right.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah.
go see Greg.
I'm out of town, but I'm
Oh.
trying to get him hooked up with a few things.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Labor Day weekend. So come to that. September 15th, I'm in Tempe, Arizona at the Tempe Improv.
Mm.
And September
It's a
17th,
hot club.
Mhm.
September 17th, my next show here, Brian Bates and Friends at the Lab at Zany's.
It's a big date. This is a big
Yeah.
club.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, look
Thank
at
you.
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're gonna kill it in St. Charles.
Thank you, Greg.
I'll be at Zany's in Nashville tonight, and I'll be in Knoxville on Thursday, and I'll be in Birmingham Friday and Saturday.
All
I'm
right.
talking about. This weekend, Aaron Weber here. I'll be in Dallas, Texas, technically Plano, but we know it's Dallas. I'm at the House of Comedy, Plano. 5 shows, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come on
All
out,
right.
Dallas.
Okay, Dusty Slay here, and I will be this weekend. I'm back in theaters, baby. I'll
All
be,
right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Raleigh,
You've
North
been
Carolina.
slumming it, man.
Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina on Friday. Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday, and North Myrtle Beach
Oh, cool!
on Sunday.
You got to ride jet skis, man.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
at the Greg Rolls Legacy. Greg Rolls is my friend. He used to be the head guy at the Alabama Theater in Myrtle Beach, and
Mhm.
now he's left and opened his own theater,
Oh, wow.
and it's very exciting. I think I'm his first comic. It's gonna be hot.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be a hot
Amazing.
show.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right. All right. Well, have a good week. We love you. See you next week.